ain't gonna lie. I just
It's 12 o'clock on a Saturday. Regular crowd shuffles in. Oh man. Anyway,
yep.
the 2025 NFL draft are in the books. And what an eventful day it was, man. What do you think? What'd you think about today?
Yeah, really eventful. The latest conspiracy, which could be interesting, that it was all planned so the whole NFL can milk the Shador thing.
Yeah.
They were all in collusion to milk it so that everybody can watch and see how Pitt, how how far he falls.
I concur. And the Dolphins saved their biggest player for last. I think he was the biggest player, literally and figuratively speaking.
Who's
the
that?
guy was like 6'6".
Oh, the one they picked after.
Yeah, his name was Biggie or something like that. I'm not sure. I remember right now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
We'll give out draft grades and all that good shit when we come back. So stick back, sit down, relax, and it's gonna be a long night. And let's do this thing.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
So
Yes,
before
indeed.
we went to the intro, remember what we were talking? We talked about backstage. I remember what I proposed is gonna be like. You know what I mean? Well, my homeboy, man of the hour, he sent me this. He sent me these messages and this kind of confirms what we just talked about in the opener. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Adam Staffner reposted ESPN back-to-back nights near the record of NFL draft viewerships, both 1 and day 2 Friday, respectively, were the most watched NFL draft outside of the 2020 draft, which nobody, during the pandemic, which everybody was home. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Total attendance 60,000, matching Nashville. Well, then again, it's Green Bay. What the fuck are you gonna do in Green Bay? That has nothing to do with that. But the viewership, yeah.
The whole town basically had a picnic, the outing.
Mm-hmm.
You go look at the latest census of Green Bay. Pawnee Match 2 was out there.
Yeah. They say during the Packers game that shit, the whole town is empty.
Yeah. Everybody in the stadium from the house. Yep.
Dolphinaire, what's up, man? A shout out to my idol, Raphael Courtright. Hut the like button. Hut.
Yep.
Oh man. Daniel Berry Sports, another one. What's going on, man? Another guy who frequents the show. We appreciate y'all for coming through, especially Raphael Courtright, Dolphinaire. You guys are amazing. You guys are.
Shout out to everybody in the chat
Yeah, for sure.
for sharing your insomnia with us. Well, mine's not quite insomnia.
Don't tour the like button. And don't tour the like button. He can't hit shit. God damn. No. See that? See, Raphael Courtright, you got it wrong. He could hit it. His people can't hit him. That's the. So he can hit it, but he can't take the hit. That's the difference.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's redraft. Let's So we got Kenneth Grant in the first round, pick 13. Jonah, whatever his last name is.
Shalas Kavilas.
Which by the in the Skadas Kavidas, honey. Don't you know that I love that one? No, no, Jonah. We all know Batman. Like I said, you already, me and you both know Batman is going to harp on the fact that hey, listen, the franchise, this pick is proof that the franchise isn't moving for Tua. He handpicked him himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He told me, hey, do what you got to do to get this player. And they traded up and they got him. We got another Jordan. This is our second Jordan Phillips in the 5th round.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Jason Marshall Jr., Dante Trader, Ollie Gordon, Quentin Ewers, the new backup, and of course, like I said before, the biggest player is Biggers. Zeke Biggers, to be exact.
Zeke.
So, and Raphael Courtright. Hey, check this out, man. I listened to a little bit of Pete's channel. You know, we all know Pete is one of the beloved members of this Dolphins community. He has a show, Pete's Takes. Great content.
Yeah.
Go check it out if you haven't.
Especially after the statement Des Bryant put out, right? Yeah.
So
that was enough to trigger Pete.
So he said, according to him, according to Pete, his first few minutes of his opening statement, he said that he was looking at some footage and his release was Dan Marino-esque.
Yeah, that's because of what Des Bryant said, I suppose. The statement.
Yeah.
He said he's 2.0, and he said, yeah, I said it.
Is that what, really? Damn. Yeah, so
Dan Marino 2.0.
It's official.
It's already ahead of two.
It's official. Either that or he likes 7th-round draft picks. I don't know. Could be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotta get the official Des Bryant quote, but yeah, that's what he said. We got Dan Marino 2.0.
No disrespect to Des Bryant. More respect to more disrespect to Pete. Bullshit. I'm sorry. I watched Quinn Ewers play. From the start of his career to the end of it, he does not anywhere near have the arm that Dan Marino did. I will say he has a pretty adequate arm for the NFL, so he has the talent. He just has little things that he falters in the end. So it's like he can't complete it all, if you know what I mean.
Maybe his lack ability to run, Ali. That's his, because Marino had slew feet. So maybe you're talking about his slew foot.
I don't know. I'll tell you what.
Maybe that's that's the 2.0 that he's gotten from Marino. They both have slew feet.
I got you. I got you. I mean, he has a strong enough arm to be competitive in this league. It's just not Dan Marino's arm. Dan Marino had like a Scud missile arm. That thing could go for miles, right? And it would be the fastest throw you could see. My point is that while I think he will be competitive, I don't think you can compare his arm. That's where I'm at.
Compare the arms.
Hey, man, everybody has their opinion.
Yeah.
I get you. It's my opinion. I get you.
Yeah. And that's Pete's opinion, you know?
We in for a long ride.
Well, Des Bryant made the comment also, and that's what Crypto was talking about. The fact that Des Bryant said that he's Dan Marino 2.0. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't agree with that.
That's what makes the world go round.
Yeah. We got a franchise quarterback. Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I kind of like some of the undrafted free agents we got, though.
Can you name some of them?
Yeah, I had them here. There's a kid from Arkansas that I like, the wide receiver.
Arkansas, huh?
Yeah, so we have some of the guys we got the University of Central Florida cornerback BJ Adams, Arkansas wide receiver Andrew Armstrong, which is the one I'm referencing. I like him. Auburn linebacker Eugene Asante, Baylor wide receiver Monterey Baldwin. We got Texas Tech tight end Jalen Conyers, who I've heard is a phenomenal blocker, and people have wanted him here specifically for his blocking ability. So that is pretty cool. Northwestern wide receiver AJ Henning, Alabama long snapper. You guys were right. We're brought in another long snapper. Neeland Hibbett. South Carolina defensive line Alex Huntley. Missouri running back Nate Noel. Michigan offensive line Josh Preby. Minnesota quarterback Ethan Robinson. Missouri wide receiver Theo Weiss. And Western Michigan center Addison West. I think what's interesting here, we brought in a lot of wide receivers. I'm wondering, like, I really think they're looking to maybe make a change in that department. And that's why we brought all these receivers. I think they're really looking for somebody. Don't be surprised if maybe we bring in someone, a veteran, in the second wave of free agency. But yeah, an interesting group. We'll see what comes out of it. I know we might have also brought in a safety also. So keep an eye out for that. I read somewhere this isn't the complete list, but I read somewhere that we're going to bring in a safety also. So we will see.
And by the way, Shador Sanders' brother is going to Tampa.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay.
Very interesting.
UDFA to Tampa, huh?
Yeah. Cincinnati got the center that I wanted, Seth McLaughlin. So he decided to stay in Ohio. So shout out to him. But I really wanted him here.
Oh, cool.
So
It makes sense because a lot of those guys, they want to stay local because as a UDFA, you're not making that much money.
Right.
That's true. That's true. They want to stay local. And in addition to it, their NIL deals are probably within that region or area that they're at. So they're still banking money off of it. They probably don't want to lose track of it if they're not getting like the big time NFL contract of a first round pick, to give you an example. You know what I mean? You know, so I mean, like, for example, shout out to Keyshawn Judkins going to Cleveland. They're going to treat him like royalty there with the Ohio faithful. And yeah, shout out to him. I'm very excited to see what he does.
When I was looking for the I was looking, I can't find the quote for Dez Bryant, but however, Chip Brown, he's on Twitter, says sources, Texas Longhorn Quentin Ewers turned down $8 million in NIL offers to transfer and decided to declare for the draft. And now he's making what, $4 million?
That would probably be in total, because from what I understood, the position that Shador Sanders was taken, the average person in that position makes only about $1.1 million a year. So that's telling me that Twin Ewers is probably only making about $1 million a year.
It says he turned down $8 million to declare.
Yeah, that's what the big thing was, because I actually thought he would stay one more year in college, to be honest.
Yeah. But
yeah.
But Joe Rist, what's up? Nightwolf.
Raphael Courtright, who you calling the DVP clone? Is that the kid from Arkansas? I just thought, he'd be all right, because from what I read, he runs like a 4.4, 4.5, something like that. And he's like over 6'2". I think he's 6'4", actually. Long arms, lengthy.
Yeah. Say, damn, only one quarterback taken, 2 quarterbacks taken in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third. I think the most quarterbacks taken was in the 6th round, which was 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, 5 quarterbacks in the 6th round and 2 in the 7th.
Tyler Shug got taken in the 2nd round. Is that where Tyler Shug was taken?
Yeah, through the Saints.
Yeah.
Pick 8. No, pick 8 in the 2nd.
I think the Saints will be good for him. They still have Derek Carr there, so he can kind of pick up things from Derek Carr. I think that's a good spot for him. I don't know what Cleveland's going to do. If you include Deshaun Watson, they got 5 QBs in that room. Somebody's going to go. They have Kenny Pickett. They have
the 2 rookies. And Deshaun. That's what it's going to be in.
You think Flacco's out, huh?
Did Flacco return or no?
Yeah, he returned with Cleveland. He just signed a brand new deal.
Okay, so it'll be Shador, Flacco, and Deshaun.
Shador, Flacco, and so Dylan Gabriel is out.
Yeah.
See, that just proves they just screwed up their draft, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just wasted a pick on Dylan Gabriel. Do you think anybody's going to give you anything
Come
for
on,
Dylan
they
Gabriel?
could.
Mm.
I mean, they could.
The same
He's a late
amount
guy.
of draft? Like, for example, what was he, a 4th round pick, I think?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're going to give you the same. I wouldn't. I don't know.
Yeah, they only had 7 picks. Cleveland did, and the last pick was in the 5th round where they got
The 2
Fedor Sanders.
quarterbacks they picked. Unless Flacco doesn't. We see, thing is, Deshaun might mix a good chunk of the season. And Flacco, they're going to be backing up Flacco. That's the thing. So they can keep 4, even though Deshaun is official. Sean be put on IR. And then they'll still be able to keep the 2 rookies along with Flacco.
Joe Rist, is that Western Michigan center Addison West? Is that the kid you were asking me about? They have him listed here as a center, not a guard. So sorry, I missed that. Go ahead, Crypto. I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize.
No, I'm saying they'll be able to keep the 2 rookies along with Flacco. Because Flacco technically will be the starter because Deshaun will be listed on IR.
So Kenny Pickett is out, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Man, and they just traded for him. That's crazy.
Yeah. I think they'll give the 2 rookies a chance.
They might get something for Kenny Pickett,
Yeah. Right. But yeah, they're loaded. That's like they did with the year when they make the playoffs. Remember, they made the playoffs playing 4 quarterbacks at different times. So I don't think it necessarily bothers them because they're looking at the defenses and the other players that they got.
Yeah, I completely agree with Nightwolf. Yeah. It'll be really fun to watch for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to read.
Hey, man, what about our QB room battle?
It'll be fun. I'm not gonna lie. The real competition right now, to be honest, is going to be Ewers versus Wilson. Right? That'll be where the real competition is. Then whoever wins that, then we'll step up to the next competition. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm going to tell you straight up. I know people think we're only going to carry 2 QBs. I'm going to say we carry 3 this year. I think we're carrying 3 no matter what.
We're similar, like with the Browns. With a lot of injured, banged up quarterbacks. I don't see why they wouldn't carry 3 to 4.
Yeah, we carried 3 last year and the year before. I think we've been carrying 3 ever since Daniel's been here.
Damn, all of them.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And to make room for it, don't be surprised if they cut in a certain position, or if that not necessarily cut. Let's say they put somebody in that cannot participate IR, where they can later on in the season they can bring them back. The pup list. Don't be surprised if they put somebody on the pup list to not have to worry about them being on the roster.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be surprised. What's up, Joe Rist? How you doing?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good.
How's it going?
Pretty happy.
Ali, your biggest fan is here, Carla.
The Twitcher. I don't get it.
I don't either.
Is she talking about the movie The Witcher? That series is pretty good. It's a good video game too. If you haven't played, Carla.
What movie y'all talking about?
She called me the Twitcher, so I thought maybe she was talking about the movie The Witcher. It's a series. I'm sorry, not the movie. It's a series. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't get what she's referencing, but it is okay.
Game Boy 305, what's going on, man? Surveillance is a great show. Oh, she said, Liz said your eyes were twitching last night. So
I wouldn't be surprised, especially since I chugged a quarter bottle of vodka and then followed it up with the full-blown glass of a melon sour.
You said you were blinking your eyes one at a time.
Yeah, vodka going down it's pretty harsh.
Not as harsh as grain alcohol.
Yeah, that's true.
Holy moly.
You guys ever drink Everclear?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's grain alcohol. Yep. That's what I'm talking
Back
about.
in my college days, I used to freaking chug that shit.
Well,
there's
dumb it down.
three types. There's the 100 proof,
Yeah.
and 151, and then the 194 proof.
Well, all I know
Florida,
is
in
Go ahead, I'm
Florida,
sorry.
you can't buy the strongest you could buy is 153 proof in Florida.
Yeah, that's what I was referencing, the 190 proof, because when I was in Ohio, you couldn't find it at any liquor store. I had to go to the base and buy it on the base liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was in the Air National Guard.
Yeah, I got banned in college when I was in college in North Carolina. Our party got like the last bottle at the liquor store. We had to get a permit for it.
You had to get a permit to buy that shit? Damn.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
'cause they
I didn't
were
know.
like when they banned it, but still have the stock to sell.
Oh wow. Did you go to the University of North Carolina?
East Carolina. That's
You
why
went
I
to
was
East-
so biased about.
That's right. That's why you wanted Ravel so bad.
Yeah.
I remember. I would have loved to have him here, to be honest, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He's talented.
Yeah, East Carolina was a good time. It's definitely a party school.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, we rivaled. I think it was either Miami or the University of Ohio, that's known for big Halloween parties.
Oh yeah.
We were right up there too. I think Playboy rated us best Halloween party college or something like that.
Yeah, University of Ohio is big time party school too. I've been to some crazy parties there.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking more about this Grant pick. I think it's going to allow Sealer to have his third double-digit sack year in a row.
that'll be really interesting.
I mean, this guy just ate
could
double
be.
teams all year at
Yeah.
Michigan.
Oh yeah. I think
There you go, yeah.
I actually
They can get
expect.
his
I don't
numbers up,
think
yeah.
he's more of the nose type of tackle that's going to like clog up the run and stuff and take on the double teams. I get that, but I honestly think he could get about 5 to 6 sacks in his rookie year too. You know what I mean? So he can definitely produce as well.
I hope so. I think. I mean, we've got a whole range of players we can put on the defensive line. Just keep them rotating, keep them fresh. It's going to be a problem for most of the teams we play.
Yeah. The only question mark I have on the defense right now is the secondary, primarily the corners. That's the only question mark or concern I have. The
Safeties?
linebackers, I'm fully awesome on. We're perfect at defensive line now. We have the edge rushers. It's just the corners. Is Ramsey going to be here? Is he not? Those are the questions.
Yeah, I'd say I agree.
According to Nightwolf,
Interesting.
Gardner, running back we picked up, is violent.
Oh, I like
He's a good
violent
running back.
players.
Who?
Ollie Gordon, he's saying he's violent. If he's violent, I like
And
it.
a free agent, and he's talking about
I
the
will take it all
unrestricted free
day.
agent. No, unrestricted UDFA.
We got a running back at UDFA too. He went to Miami Northwestern.
Nate Noel.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I have no clue who the UDFAs are. I'm gonna be honest. It's hit or miss with me. It's a crapshoot.
Wait to see.
Yeah, I
Hopefully we
think-
can make out like what we
players.
did when it came to was Needham was a UDFA, right? So
Hmm. I could definitely see us running a rotation where it's like a 1-2 punch, having for example, Achan, and then having Jalen Wright, and then put when we're in the red zone, give it to Ollie Gordon, or something like that. I could see them definitely doing stuff like that with him.
yes.
It'll be
That
very
running back we picked up, is he just kind of getting slotted to fourth now?
What's up, AB?
I-
AB, what you think
Hey,
of the
what's
draft?
going on?
To answer your question, Joe, I think he's going to be in competition with Matson at first. I think that's for for that third position. But he could be the fourth running back for sure. Yeah, we'll see.
I'll surmise this draft as the as the replacement draft.
Seth McLaughlin is
We were-
undrafted. Yeah, he stayed. He went to
Yeah,
Cincinnati.
this is the draft was all about replacing what we gave away 2 years ago. Literally, this is the replacement draft.
Yeah, and well, if he went to Cincinnati, I wanted him to be here, but it is what it is. Yeah, I do
So,
agree.
yeah, that's what it
It's
was,
going to be the
basically.
replacement draft. You're right.
That's how I would surmise this draft. Literally as the replacement draft. Everything we lost 2 years ago is what this draft was about. Pretty much to the T. At least the guys that went into free agency that we lost over the last 2 years.
Hmm.
That's how I think internally that what they was doing, what Greer was doing. Which makes it easier to grade, actually, when you think about it. You know, because you're like, oh, Hunt's gone. Okay, this guy's in for Hunt. Wilkins gone. Okay, this guy's in for Wilkins. You know, and then literally, ironically, those two players was literally almost picked in the same position as the guys Hunt and Wilkins. Literally, almost to the T. Wilkins at 13, we got the guy for 13, and at 37. We was almost close to what we got for freaking Hunt at 42. Literally almost the same draft positions.
And there's
Yeah,
definitely
that's
an
kinda
element.
crazy.
So, yeah. I mean, I pay attention to small stuff like that. You know, I'm like, wow, we literally did replace the guys at the exact same draft positions.
Yeah.
You got to replenish.
Yeah,
There's
that's
hopefully,
the
you know,
replenishment draft. That's
sometimes
all
you
it
get to
was.
keep some of them and not have to replenish, but that's what happens when
Right.
you get these stupid contracts with Tyreek and Tua.
I don't
Right,
want to
exactly.
ever be in a position ever again where we don't have a first round draft pick.
Mm.
That's where I'm at. I don't ever want to be in that position anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I love the draft, man. It's fun having a first round pick.
especially
Yeah.
if you're doing mock drafts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can already do the 2026 ones on PFF.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
PFF.
actually
Okay.
I actually did one.
PFF opens it up.
I think I
I
still
was
have it up.
looking forward to doing one of those. I'm probably gonna do it in the next couple of weeks just to have
Here,
fun.
I already did one. I'm gonna share it real quick. Hold up. Let me
I
share
think
it.
my
Yeah,
eye is going to be
next-
on
next year
Aller all
coming.
year.
You know,
Let me find it. Here
just
it
to have
is.
fun with it.
Let me pull it up. I'm gonna share this real quick to show you what I did. See what you guys think. It was just a way too early mock draft. Here we go. All right. So right off the get-go, I didn't have to trade up or nothing. I traded actually down, picked up a third round draft pick, so we would end up having like 4 third rounds, just so you know. And I got moved down to 17, and they had us at 15. I guess that's where they're projecting us, just so you know.
Right around 13.
Yeah. But I took Drew Aller.
Hey, so we did better than last year.
Yeah,
by
we
like
moved
a
up
game.
2 spots huh? By 1 game, right?
Yeah, by a game. And
Is
then
his name R. Mason?
say what? Say that
That
again?
guy's name is R. Mason, the edge.
Yeah, R. Mason Thomas. Yeah. I picked up Austin Romaine, the linebacker. I think we're gonna address tackle again soon because Austin Jackson is probably gonna start coming off of his contract soon. And then I addressed
Michael K.
edge, tight end officially in the 4th, and then in the 5th, I took another corner, Igmanosin.
That's way too close to Igbenogany.
Yeah, it
I
is.
will do a third. I would do a 2036 mock draft. ABAB.
But one
I
thing
will
about
be doing a 2036 mock draft.
yeah,
Just,
Hey,
stay
one
tuned.
thing for sure, Michael K. We're not gonna have the 3rd pick, and Buffalo won't have the 32nd pick. So
we'll actually have 3
Exactly.
third round draft picks. I think now
No,
'Cause we
he's
have
saying
one
we have
in
the
the
number
comp,
3
our
overall.
regular, and then the one that we just got with this draft trade that we made. So we'll have 3.
To me, which was his biggest highlight, getting
but,
that 2026 pick.
This
I love
corner,
That's my
keep in-
favorite pick out of all picks, and it didn't even involve a
Mhm.
player.
Yeah. Keep an eye
Getting
on.
a third rounder next year out of a fourth this year.
Yeah,
Oh, I love
yeah,
it.
I agree. What I was just saying, I know you made fun of the whole fact that he has a similar last name to Noah, but keep an eye on him. He's talented, and young and raw, but he's kind of physical. He'll get dirty with his hands if he needs to, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just wanted to share that.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
Mm.
I mean, I
Yeah.
hope that's how. I think we would have to get Aller earlier, just as a very early speculation.
Yeah.
You know, QBs will be in their regular top 10, 1 or 2 or 3 of them there.
Top 10. Top.
This is true. I mean, but then you also to think everybody just recently all got new QBs.
You're right.
Who's really going to be needing one is the question.
Well, the Jags, if Lawrence doesn't work out, I
Oh
think.
yeah, the Jags. I do expect the Arizona to really move off of Kyle Murray soon. You're right.
Yeah, there might be a
It's
few.
getting short. I mean, that list is getting short. If they start playing well, some of these quarterbacks start falling out.
Yeah.
We're gonna be in a situation like in the '90s where every team had a decent enough quarterback, where it's all about backups. You know.
Yeah.
That's why you had a lot of good backups in the '90s because the starters were so good and they had longevity.
Teams are too impatient to do that now, though. If you're not like a superstar QB, then they're not willing to wait as long for development.
That's like pretty much every position though now.
Steve Young had to wait his turn.
There's no patience anymore.
Why Fields is on his 3rd team. That's why Pickett is on his 3rd team. There's like so many guys that have just been on several teams already, just within a few years of the league.
Mm-hmm. I think Wilson is. I think Lawrence is the only one in that draft not to be on a different team.
Yeah.
Every quarterback on that draft is on a 2nd or 3rd team already. He's the only one that survived.
Yeah.
The only one that survived is Trevor Lawrence. Everybody else is on their 2nd and 3rd team already.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trey Lance is on his 3rd team. Yep.
The Bucs will eventually need someone new there. I don't know. How old's Baker?
Baker's not very. He was drafted in
what position does Sebastian Castro play?
Safety.
Did he get drafted? I didn't see his name.
No, Steelers went to Steelers got him.
Steelers got him.
Yeah. Is that Fidel's grandson?
Yeah, I think so.
You know what's crazy about the
fact
fact
I thought he was gonna be the new leader in Cuba.
You know what's crazy at the fact that he got drafted by the Steelers? He played for Iowa, which the Hawkeyes actually have the black and gold, or black and yellow, we want to call it. And now he's going to the same colors.
The team that has the same colors.
Yeah, by the way, his Fidel Castro's daughter lives in Miami, and she hates him with a passion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? She lives in Miami, huh? Man.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either. He had kids that stayed in the States.
She live in Little Havana.
They left Cuba. They can't. And he hates. They hate their.
All his kids left, or just some of them?
No, just he has a daughter that left.
Just the daughter. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that is something.
My dad follows all that stuff, so that's why I know.
Oh, okay, your dad.
Yeah, this is back when I was living in Miami. So, yeah, Restrepo went to the Titans to play with.
Yep, that's good. The Ward, which I'm glad. I'm so happy for him. That's why I'm picking. That's going to be one. I'm gonna save it. That's one of my bold picks of the season. Yeah, I got a bold pick coming up for the Titans.
You guys know anything about the Michigan guard?
Yo.
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
All right. What's good with y'all?
Get the trade? Did y'all trade anybody for Jerry Jones yet?
I mean, Dak Prescott's still there, so nah.
Jerry Jones didn't get traded. It's looking at GM.
Jerry Jones did not get the GM like a dummy.
How do you guys
So,
feel about that defensive end that you guys got?
I don't know, man. This is the same thing we do all the time. We find these players, we do what we do with them, but the only thing is we can't win.
Oh, sounds like us.
Dolphins, Cowboys is gonna be Dak versus Tua in the Super Bowl, baby.
That shit gonna end in like quadruple overtime. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I know.
That's what it's never gonna come to an ending. They're gonna be. It's it's gonna be looking like a scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever one team does, the other one's gonna do.
History. Did you guys pick up anybody else that was worth talking about?
I mean,
Yeah,
no,
y'all had a lot of picks. Y'all had what?
we had a lot of picks, and I don't know these people, so they're going to show me something.
Here, let me see if I can look up your list and see what you guys got.
I know we got a running back.
I got it right here. Y'all got Tyler Booker, guard.
Bro,
they got a second, a third.
I
they
must
got a
have
quarterback, running back in the Siobhan Revel Jr., the cornerback in the third. Jaden Blue in the fifth. Shamar James,
Jaden Blue.
from Florida.
All right, I want to talk about Jaden Blue real quick. Man of the hour. Jaden Blue is a sleeper in this draft. He's one of the few running backs that I know can take it from 0 to 60, and by the time you blink, he's already down at the end of the field. So you guys got a hell of a running back there. I'm kind of jealous on that. But on your first round pick, I know you guys are replacing Zach Martin, but damn, I think he got overdrafted when it comes to the position that you guys picked him up at. Just my opinion.
Right.
There was a lot of players overdrafted in this draft. It wasn't just what we did or what Dallas did. Everybody was doing it. It was really weird.
Jimmy Satterfield says Blue is a good running back. So
yeah, Blue is very good.
I guarantee
CCR says Blue can't hold on to the ball.
I disagree with that, but okay. I trust CCRR's college takes. He has good college takes. So I appreciate him giving his feedback. Mike on the mic is in-house there, on the grounds at University of Texas. So I trust what he has to say a lot. And I've watched a lot of tape on Blue. I like him as an overall running back.
Of course, Blue is going to look good when you have Dan Marino 2.0. So. Did you see that Man of the Hour about Des Bryant calling them him Quentin Ewers Dan Marino 2.0?
No, I haven't seen nothing Des had to say. I think Des is still bitter about not being a Cowboy. And I do believe that time when it was, remember the game, I think, because he was with Baltimore, right?
Yeah, he played with Baltimore. That's how it ended.
And it was a game against the Cowboys, and he tested positive for COVID that same day. So he never got the chance to play against the Cowboys, and he believed that was a bullshit test, and Jerry had something to do with it. Because he passed the test the first time.
Wow. So Jerry rigged the test on him, huh?
Yeah, he passed it the first time, and then because if you test positive, they test you before you step on the field for warm-ups and stuff, and everything was good. And for some reason, they got him off the field during warm-ups right before a kickoff, and told him he had to leave because he tested positive. And he was like, "What are you talking about? That's not what happened." Yeah. How all of a sudden my test come back positive when it came back negative. So he believed Jerry had something to do with that.
Yeah, Jerry's messing with folks' results, man. That's not good, man. That's crazy.
He probably didn't want Dez to expose that defense. there's already practice against it plenty of time. So
Right. Exactly.
yeah, because he was a year off of that knee injury. Remember what he tore his ACL or something, or his or Achilles.
So AB says that Adrian Golden is the size of Adrian Peterson.
Mm.
That's what Green Bay got, right?
No, that's
what we got.
Now they got Matthew Golden.
Oh, okay.
The one that had the best suit in the draft.
Ollie Gordon is who is he referring to?
Oh yeah, the Green Bay guy, the one that had the best suit in the draft.
What pick?
Yeah.
I think wasn't
I gotta
Adrian
get that
Peterson
suit.
a late pick
I
too?
gotta figure out where he got that from.
Say
Okay, I know it's
again.
probably like $5,000, but I'm gonna have to buy it in pieces.
What was it, Shay?
Adrian Peterson was a late draft pick too. He wasn't the first round, right?
Adrian Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Peterson. Yeah.
He was drafted in 2007. He was 7th overall in the first round.
Okay, so he was a first round pick, huh?
Yeah. Goddamn AP.
He got arrested during draft weekend.
Mm-hmm. Well, drunk driving, right?
Yeah, DUI. I still think Green Bay set him up though.
He was a top 10. Yep.
You know, he's surrounded by Green Bay fans. They probably mess with him.
I would have said, I'm not even in Minnesota anymore. Leave me alone.
Yeah, that's what I would have said. Exactly.
Just because I whooped y'all like I whooped my kid.
That's when the world really got turned sensitive then. When that came out. I'm like, man, stop it, man. Now we telling people, I'll be telling people how to discipline their kids.
Okay, I agree. You shouldn't hit them with a hot poker or a machete. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, who's doing that?
Yeah, exactly. That's not what he was doing, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh shit! My little fake cousin won his fight today.
Who's that?
Some UFC dude. What a name? Ian Machado Gary. Whoever this Ian Machado guy is won. I just say he's my fake cousin because he shared the name Machado.
I'm watching the tape on this tight end that we sent, the undrafted tight end Conyers.
Yeah, I heard he has really good block ability.
Damn, we got another Connors, huh?
Yeah, another Jalen too. It's Jalen Conyers.
I heard he blocks really, really good. So
he there's a lot of film with him taking snaps out of the backfield too, like used in like some direct snaps and trick plays and stuff. So if he makes the team, it could be intriguing to see if McDaniel cooks up something.
And Baltimore had a lot of picks.
Ready to rock and roll.
A lot of 6th-round picks too.
How many did they pick?
Could be tight end too.
I think I think today Baltimore had a total of 8 picks today. I think that's who I saw. It was like four or five other teams that had 7 picks.
Yeah,
today.
Baltimore had
I believe they had
1
8.
4th, 1 5th, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, and a 7th. What does PK mean? Punt kicker?
Place kicker.
Yeah,
No,
place
place
kicker.
kicker.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
place
got him on Tyler Loop in the 6th round.
I heard the Hurricane field goal kicker got drafted.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets got Brady Cook.
Buffalo got
So they
the first,
picked
the
a
premium pick.
place kicker. See,
Yeah, Buffalo got
this is why.
defensive. What happened?
No, I said this is why good teams become great teams. They're willing to pick a place kicker with the best kicker in the history of the fucking NFL on that freaking roster. All
Well,
because he has one bad season.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Tell me they ready to move up off of him. If they can move off the best place kicker in football, or even pretend to, then how come we can't move off a quarterback?
No, actually they moved off a Super Bowl winning quarterback for Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, for Lamar Jackson. Yeah, exactly.
A Super Bowl winning quarterback.
They're willing to keep on keeping the system, the train going with constant good players, even though they could be moving out for a Super Bowl winner. In this case, Justin Tucker, NFL, great. That's crazy.
I know. I'm looking at Buffalo, and I'm glad.
No
I'm
7-year plans, right?
I'm happy to report Buffalo didn't get any Florida players this year, so thank God for that. They did get an Ohio State player, Jordan Hancock.
Damn.
And they signed a Hurricane, Daryl Porter Jr.
Yeah.
Let's try to get Matt Riser on the roster.
I think he went to the Chiefs. Yeah, he went to the Chiefs.
Yeah, he's the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Damn. Well, we got a Florida Gator on there, so we're going to be picking in the top 5 next year. We got a Gator on the team. Yep.
Yeah, no,
I'm ready.
We're gonna to Super Bowl.
I'm ready to be picking in the top 5. What you say, Ali?
EM, what's going on, EM?
Who's that?
We're about to find out.
So
who's that? Hold on, let me get out my notes. I think I may have wrote them down, jotted them down. Let me see. I forgot who this guy is.
So the Chargers signed a 6'10" basketball player.
Damn.
Say what?
Chargers got a 6'10" basketball player from Mississippi State.
They always get these tall wide receivers. They
Yeah,
got
no,
Palmer.
for
They had like everybody's
offensive
over
tackle.
6'5". Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They keep getting these tall guys.
Yeah, he's gonna play offensive line.
Damn.
Yeah, they got Joe Alt. He's already a beast.
I think we tried to do that like a year or two ago with someone from South Florida or something like
tall
that.
wide receivers. When they got Palmer, they got what's his name? Then they have Funches for
Mike
1
Williams
year.
was there.
Funches was huge. Yeah, Williams. Yeah, they love them some tall guys. It's all about height with them.
6'10". Why don't they just make him a tight end?
I know, that's what I'm saying. Just make him a tight end. Like Darnell Washington, right? Darnell Washington was that big?
Hey, Joe Rich, your buddy's in the chat. Michael K.
Michael K is having a good night.
Michael K.
Probably miserable about that draft. The Bills basically spent every pick on the defensive line.
On the defensive line, right? Yeah. I know, didn't they? They didn't think they can get to Patrick Mahomes fast enough.
Some tiny
I guess
corner.
Palmer, according to your good buddy Michael K. Joe Rist, he signed with the Palmer signed with the Bills. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. Josh Palmer.
Yeah, and that collection of mid receivers they have in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. The only guy I like in Buffalo is Keon Coleman. It's the only one I like. But yeah, he went to Florida State though. That's crazy. It's not normally don't vouch for Florida State receivers. They had a couple of good ones that came out.
And they
You know.
figured they got Josh Allen, so why bother?
What's
They got
not Bateman? He's Minnesota. Damn, I'm trying to think of the other one.
they
The other one
got
for the Ravens.
they got
You know what I'm talking
Creighton
about.
Panther in the 7th round. Buffalo did 6'4", 200 pounds from Maryland.
Damn.
So
Who's that other one? You know what I'm talking about? The Ravens receiver. He came from Florida State. Can't think of his name.
Damn, I see something here that says Shador is going to make 1/3 of what he made in college.
damn.
One-third?
One
Oh,
third.
well, his wealth is probably already up there.
He said in college his NIL value was $6.5 million, and his contract for the NFL, his salary is $2.1 million.
Yep. He's probably going to make a bunch of commercials to make up for it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Nike, Adidas, they're going to come calling. Watch.
And KFC, come on, Colonel Sanders, come on.
I mean, it's not like he's hurting for money though. Let's you know.
Exactly. He already coming from, well, yeah, already.
Joe Riss, do you know anything about this kid we got from South Carolina?
Who?
What he plays defensive line. The undrafted kid that we got, Alex Huntley.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, we picked up Alex Huntley as an undrafted free agent. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there was a lot of South Carolina players drafted in this draft. And I was told that their defense was pretty good. So I was curious if you knew anything about it.
Yeah, no, I didn't even see that one. I don't know anything about him either, but I do know they had TJ Sanders and Tonka Hemingway drafted at that position. So this guy couldn't, I mean, he had to have been a rotational piece at 6'4", 270 is kind of light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it almost sounds like he could play like an edge position. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm sorry. That was his high school was 270. It says on ESPN 303.
Okay, now
Damn.
he's defensive tackle.
Yeah. No, I know nothing about him.
I heard Biggers, the defensive tackle we got out of Georgia Tech, I heard he's a very big man.
Yeah. 6'6", 300-something pounds.
I don't know. I want to talk about the guy from my hometown, the safety we got from Maryland. You know, he is the anchor to this draft. We absolutely have no shot without him. No shot.
6'6", 221 pounds.
I don't care about the 6'6" guy. I'm talking about the guy I knew since he was an infant.
Mm-hmm.
That guy. We're going places now.
He's a traitor, damn it.
Dante Trader. He's going places. We're going places now.
I'm watching
Ali that
right now.
Ali that warmed up my heart when we selected
Yeah,
him.
I'm looking at him on ESPN. The ESPN picture, he looks like John Legend.
Yes, he does.
He does look like John Legend. Holy shit.
Yes.
I'm watching versus Syracuse right now. Let's see what he does.
We are ordinary people.
I didn't see this linebacker from Auburn either. Eugene Asante.
Oh man, he might play the piano, man. We might find out he plays piano. Yeah, ordinary.
This kid doesn't look too bad, to be honest. But then again, I'm looking at a highlight reel. It always looks good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the purpose of a highlight reel.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I was
Hey,
just watching
it's-
the Conyers one. I like that. I like what we got there.
Yeah.
What were you saying about the kid from Auburn? What about him?
There's a linebacker. I didn't see this one either. I just because when you said that, I was like, I didn't hear about the guy. I went and looked. There's also Eugene Asante.
Oh yeah, he's not on this list. I don't think. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Linebacker Eugene Asante. Yep.
Yeah, and then I'm seeing this. There's a tight end that was invited to rookie minicamp.
So if they're invited, is that like a tryout? Is that basically what it is?
I think it's like not signing them, but saying we want to take another look. I don't know why
Kicking
we
the
wouldn't
tires.
sign them. There's no limit, right?
Yeah. I'm watching his tape right now. 45 tackles, 2.5 sacks. He had.
I mean, we have such a light roster that a lot of these guys could make the squad. I
Yeah.
don't think we had very high numbers coming into this draft.
Mm. He may have had a slightly above average score, but I say his NFL score is going to be off the charts.
I'm watching this linebacker. I will tell
Telling
you
right now, Shake. This kid's going to be great.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably Andrew Armstrong, the 6'4" receiver, has probably got a decent shot. I think, either Addison West or Josh I don't know who this is. The guard from Michigan, is it Preeb?
Prebe is what I was saying. Or Prebe.
They might have a decent shot. Like a Big Ten lineman is kind of a safe bet.
Yeah. What I was going to say about the linebacker out of Auburn, he looks like he tackles very well. Like when I'm looking at his technique and stuff, he doesn't like sell out on his tackles. Like when he gets a hold of you, he gets a hold of you. You know what I'm saying? There's no, I'm just going to try to clothesline you. None of that. He uses his shoulder.
We needed that several times last year. I watched so many arm tackles.
Oh my God, it was horrendous, bro. It was the worst. I hate seeing sloppy tackles. I really do. All right, this guy might be able to possibly become something. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I do like the tape I saw from the kid from Maryland, though.
What happened to Zach Wilson? I thought Zach Wilson was going to be QB number one.
He could be number one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll actually get that competition we've been demanding to have.
I don't know. I'd rather have the Giants QB room. That one looks more fun.
The Giants QB room is kind of fun, to be honest.
Wilson, Dart, and Winston.
Yeah. Danny, what is it? DeVito is still on that team too, isn't he?
Yeah, that's true.
Damn Danny DeVito cousin, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tommy DeVito.
Joe DeVito or whatever his name is. You know who I'm talking about, right?
I think it's Tommy, right?
Tommy DeVito.
Tommy DeVito. That's who it
Tommy
is.
Cutlets.
Yeah. All right. I've seen enough tape on this
Danny
linebacker. Interesting.
That would be the year for the Giants to be on Hard Knocks.
Yeah, actually, it should have been this year.
That would make
But
great
actually,
TV.
I want the Titans to be on Hard Knocks so I can watch their growth again.
Did they say who's going to be on Hard Knocks?
NFC North.
I think it's us again.
They're going to rotate it on the NFC North.
In season, yeah, NFC. The NFC North, yeah.
Because they couldn't get, I think they couldn't get like one team or something.
So they're rotating all the teams.
Yeah, so
They tried to get Belichick's North Carolina, and they rescinded it or something. I forget.
Oh, they do college football teams on there?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why
See,
they
that
try
would make
that.
good TV.
You know, Belichick ain't going for that shit. I don't know why they be
Yeah.
trying.
Because apparently Belichick's
buy
got his
that.
girlfriend involved in the team.
I'm glad they denied it. I don't believe college teams should be on there now. It's for the NFL.
They've opened up the money doors there, so I think there's gonna be a lot of changes like that start happening.
Man, they spoiled it. I want all 32 teams on there first before they start dabbing into college.
Yeah.
Because they go through the North, I guess they're gonna go week by week. Like the first 2 weeks is the Bears, second 2 weeks Packers, so on with the Lions and Vikings.
No, they usually do that. They split it up. They talk about everybody in one episode each week.
Yeah, they hop team to team all in one.
They find a way to connect it.
Wait a minute, how they gonna do? That's what I'm saying. How that's gonna work? I mean,
they squeeze it in. What is it, like a 50-minute show?
And they're gonna talk about all those teams in one episode for that week.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
remember last year,
they did it last year.
Last year they did the AFC North, yeah.
Yeah, he's right. They weave the story.
I guess I haven't paid attention to it enough to know that they did that.
Yeah, they did
so
it
the
last
AFC
year.
North, they squeezed the Bengals and the Browns and all in one episode.
Baltimore, yeah. They were able to talk about each team in every episode.
Oh, okay. Well, hell,
it's kind of like
they could do.
It's just fast paced. It's like instead of just dwelling on one team for so long, like they could talk about training camp. They're gonna talk about each training camp,
Yeah.
And they'd be like, "Oh, this is what's happening here." They're gonna do so much of that talk, and then all of a sudden, they'd be like, "Oh, they're like Cleveland and Cincinnati." They'd be like, "Oh, they're interstate rivals. Here's what's going on over here."
And what's crazy was last year the team. The AFC North, the team with the best quarterback didn't even make the playoffs.
Right. Right. And the team with the second best quarterback ended up winning the division.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now the team with the best quarterback is going to win the division, and that's Steelers with Skylar Thompson.
Exactly.
Yep. He leapfrogged everybody to get that title.
To get that title, yeah. He is the best quarterback in that division, bar none.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Then it's Joe Burrow. Then Lamar Jackson.
Then I didn't know. You forgot. It's going to be Shedeur Sanders.
Oh yeah, he's number 2. He'll be the second best quarterback. My bad. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I gotta go pee.
Yeah. Shedeur is second.
Damn. You know what, Crypto? When you're right, bro.
Oh man, it's gonna be wild. It's crazy because we supposed to be going to all those games. We're going to the Pittsburgh game. We're going to the Ravens game. And the Cleveland. I don't know if we're gonna be able to make the Spain one with the Bengals.
So Pittsburgh is gonna have us in a Skyler Revenge tour, huh?
Yep, the Skyler Revenge tour in Pittsburgh.
And according to JC, Cooper Rush is the best QB in that division.
Hey, you seen
Cooper Rush?
I don't know if y'all spoke on it, but y'all seen Florida State.
Let me speak on this.
Florida State's guy, DJ Uglass.
Yeah, he went to
the Chargers.
Yeah.
Good.
Who did?
DJ Uglass.
Wait a minute, hold on. Really?
DJ Uglass.
Yeah.
He went to the Chargers.
Yeah.
And the UDFA?
Huh? Yeah. Yeah.
As a UDFA? Wow. So he's
Yeah.
behind Trey Lance, huh? That's
Yeah, he was.
crazy.
I think Trey Lance, dude. Trey Lance will look like Peyton Manning next to him.
Yeah, he will. And he's going to be good because Harbaugh being his coach, man, that's a perfect spot for him to land, to learn and develop.
Because they're going to run the ball.
Right. They're going to have a more solid 50-50 type approach.
Mm-hmm.
Because they just got another good running back in Najee Harris, right?
Yep.
That's the way he went.
Yeah.
Well, anybody want to give draft grades for the Dolphins?
I'm going to say C+.
B.
C+,
B-. I can't get B- yet until like June or July. I start seeing some workouts, some camps. Start seeing where they're gonna really be at. But I'll say C+ for now
I'll
because
give him a G+.
the talent is in the B+ to A range, but the strategy made it go down. Is what made put it back down into the C range. I don't like the strategy. Yeah.
I'm fine with the strategy. I just don't think the haul was very big, but we got pieces we needed.
Yeah.
So, according to Bleacher Report,
I guess I'm in rebuild mode. That's probably why I gave him about grading him on a bad curve. I was ready to rebuild to just start getting a whole bunch of accumulation of picks. No. Rebuild meaning us trading back a bunch of times to accumulate 2026 picks.
Yeah, he just wants to tank it and rebuild altogether.
I'm glad we didn't touch next year's picks, that's for sure. Because I think those are going to be real nice picks. A top 10.
Yeah, no, I'm not touching. I'm talking about adding to next year's pool with this year's picks.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, the off season is still young because we might do that to acquire some players for from other teams.
Right. All right, moves can still happen.
Yeah, if we can get 2026 picks for Reek and all other players that's on this team, that'd be much better too. So I was hoping if you was gonna trade 49 and 52, 90, I would rather that would have been parlayed into next year's second or first.
Hey, listen, JC,
that's what I would have rather been do.
You're preaching to the choir, man. We've been one of the long snapper, but hey, AB gives the a B-.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, B-, C+ range. Yeah. I was ready to go ahead can it for 1 year, bite the bullet, and then this 2026, we're in the AFC Championship game.
Believe it or not,
we can stay away. We can stay away from the Florida Gators players.
We need more Gator players. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we can have them on the practice squad. That would be nice. They make.
I guarantee you, we had more Gator players get second contracts than Canes players.
Maybe.
Yeah, 2030
a lot more draftees.
It's 2035. I agree with you, Shaken. 2035.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Is Florida fielding a team next year? Because they had a lot of guys go to the NFL.
Yes, they will definitely have a team. They're my dark horse to win the SEC. They actually brought in a lot of decent players in the most recruiting period. They recently got Trey. I want to say his name is Trey Flowers, big time corner. They have a lot. They have a lot.
Number one player for next year.
Trey Flowers. Baltimore's got Zay Flowers. Baltimore's got Zay Flowers. Now they got a Trey Flowers.
Yeah,
so
I want to say that's his
name. Game Boy said we got an A-. Raphael Courtright says C+, and True Talk says A+. We got a franchise quarterback.
I'm going with B. I'm going with a solid.
I know he was going to say that.
I'm giving it.
Yeah.
You say B+, Joe?
B flat.
B flat. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Solid B for me. We addressed positions. That was good. I'm glad that we solidified the defensive tackle position, so at least that was completed. You could argue we solidified the offensive line finally. But safety, I know you're high on him, Crypto, but I need to see it. I need to see something there. I do like the potential of some of the players we brought in, though. The only one I really, I know it could be a lot different in the pros than what it was in college. I just wished we made a better decision at what backup QB we were going to bring in. You know what I mean? Quinn Ewers, okay, but I wanted somebody different. I wanted like one of these tall, big guys that has a cannon of an arm. That's what I wanted, personally. So we'll see.
There we go. Ready to rock and roll 2026, 2025 season.
Hey, there we go. Hey, listen, Durham, we should do is trade. You know how they say whatchamacallit went to the Chargers. Tyreek Hill going to the Chargers. We should give him Tyreek Hill for Derwin James straight up.
Derwin James, really shake. James, huh?
Yeah.
I think James is still got enough gas in the tank.
Yeah, he's I'm looking at him now. He's like 28 years old. So
okay, all right.
He's not even 30 yet.
Okay, I thought he was already 30. My bad. Close to it. I know.
You also have to.
He'll probably be 30 when the season starts, but
you almost have to kind of look at what we did last year.
August 3rd, so he'll be 29 when the season starts. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, you kind of almost have to look at what we did last year in the draft versus this year. Last year, we overdrafted certain positions. Like we doubled up on defensive end, for example. We picked up that safety, McMorris, out of nowhere, and whatnot. So it is really, it is very interesting what we did in that draft. And what, if you combine it with this, it's almost like we're probably going to see this method every other year where maybe next year we're going to double up at linebacker, for example. You know what I mean? I won't be surprised, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, outside linebacker depth. But yeah. I would like to see us experiment with different defensive fronts and, personnel. Like,
who has the
3 or 6-3 style. I'd rather play like 4-6 zones on occasion. Just mix it up a little bit. I want to see people mix it up.
Oh yeah. Who has I don't know how they do it, but the Eagles front office is amazing. It just seems like every year they get richer and richer and richer. They had, you could argue they had the best draft this year, and I said they had the best draft last year. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. They got that farm system, Ali. They got that Georgia farm system.
Yeah, they have it on lockdown, bro. It's not even funny.
Yeah, they got that for Georgia farm system. The Eagle Bulldogs, man. Philadelphia Bulldogs. I wish we would use a farm system that we could rely on like they do when they come to Georgia. You just pick a school that you can get good players no matter what.
It got to be Georgia because they have the hardest hitting defense in college.
Yeah.
It used to be how Alabama had the best.
Penn State used to be like that, Ali. When they came to defenders and linebackers and stuff, they used to be like that.
Penn State. I mean, let's not forget Abdul Carter came from there. But overall, when you're talking about a team, when you're looking at the whole team, Georgia players are just by far superior when it comes to defense, like as a whole. At Penn State, you'll get like one or two guys. Like we just had Chop Robinson, then we had Abdul Carter. And you had before that, you had Mika Parsons. Now they have LeVar Arrington's son there, bro. LeVar Arrington the second. If you've seen pictures of him, that guy looks like a giant among boys. It's ridiculous. Here, let me see if I can bring up a picture of him.
Trying to see Wisconsin. They was a factory for good trench weight too with the linemen. A lot of Big Ten schools. And all the skilled players, of course, was in Miami, Florida State. Florida had the skilled players too. And, you know, you get the skill positions, running backs, the tight ends, you know, the wide receivers. You can just go to Florida, pick a school and you can find one. Quarterbacks are spread out throughout the country. You can just go a whole bunch of different places. You know, now you got LSU pumping out wide receivers and good ones. What was your grade, Shake?
I would say I reckon around B minus, C plus. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's right.
I think what I gave it a B was primarily because of that trade down where we got the 3rd round pick for next year.
Yeah,
I think that was a good deal.
That's what boosted it up to that was an A quality like move. It's just other moves that brought it back down into the C plus range.
I hear what you're saying.
That was the starting point that made it an A draft for me. I'm like, holy shit, we're getting the mid-round picks in next year's draft out of this draft. That's exactly what was my whole goal for this year's draft.
Mm-hmm.
To accumulate a bunch of mid-round picks for next year somehow, you know, to make it happen. When they pulled that one off, I was like, whoa, they did it with a 4th rounder. That was an A plus move for me. That didn't even involve a player. It was just the pick. So we need a bunch of 2026 players just in case we, you know, make a mistake and win freaking 8 games. We can't move up and get that guy. So how many players from the
I agree.
You guys
from
see what
Ohio
JC
State?
put in the chat?
JC, wait a minute, I didn't see it. Hang on.
And someone got offered $750K to switch high schools.
Really?
They're doing it this kind of stuff at the high school level now.
That's ridiculous.
Huh? To switch high schools?
NIL is infiltrating.
They offer almost $1 million, $750,000, just to switch high schools.
Mm-hmm.
Who was a player? That's not the case,
Yeah,
Doug.
if you tell us the player, I'm pretty interested in that.
That would have been an F minus
A
draft if
lineman,
that was
too?
the case, Doug. Game boy. That would have made it an F minus, Game Boy. That's what you messed up at.
Must be a big boy if it's a lineman and they're trying to pay close to $1 million for him to switch high schools.
Rafael Correa, are you acting like Pete? Damn. How so? Please explain. I want to know how you're acting like Pete.
Deals to play with other schools. 1.5 million. Rest of USC.
Well, oh, like to transfer colleges? Sophomore in high school, so he's like 15 or 16 years old, and they're trying to pay almost $1 million for this kid to switch high schools. That's wild.
Just to switch. Well, so what they think they're gonna keep him for another million or so? How is it that him playing for that money going to keep him? I mean, he's going to eventually go to college.
What's the motivate? Yeah, what's the motivation there? Is it?
That's what I'm saying.
I'll tell you why.
He's going to go to school. He's not going to be there for a while.
I'll tell you why they're doing it. So I don't know if you know this, but colleges are already making scholarship offers and stuff to kids in 8th grade. Give me an example.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
if they change schools, it could take him out of a certain recruiting network. You know what I mean? So colleges may, I'm not saying it's it's the college themselves, but boosters may work that way just to get people out of certain recruiting networks, if you know what I mean.
I see what you're saying. If that high school is like a pipeline for someone.
Yeah.
Man. It's a lucrative business now.
But technically, I think it's illegal to do so.
Is it? I mean, well, they didn't say about high school. They say about colleges there. You have to go follow rules. I don't know if they established the guidelines for high schools yet.
No, I don't. NIL is only for college players, not high school, though.
Damn.
That's why.
Jimbo's got a very optimistic prediction. Winning at least 9 games.
Who has that?
Game Boy.
I'm sorry, Game Boy. We ain't winning more than 9 games. My money is down. I put money down. We're not winning more than 9 games. So,
and you'll be and the first time ever, if they win 10 games, you'll be disappointed.
Actually, no. That's the thing, though. I have this bet with CB83, right? So if I win, I got $100 in my pocket. Awesome. If I lose, I can just say I paid $100 to make sure we would win. It's a win-win.
There you
That's
go.
how I'm looking at it, bro.
Right, that's a good way to look at it.
Lose, so
exactly. You paid 100 for us to win. Exactly.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, this is a win-win situation. I don't mind.
Exactly. That's
Who's the
if
booster
you're gonna
now?
make a bet, that's the best bet to make, right?
And damn it, you should send Stephen Ross a reimbursement slip and add a little interest in there.
Yep, that's a good way to look at it. At least I paid for us to lose to win.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
That schedule, it looks like a nightmare compared to the last 2 years' schedules.
This schedule is going to be harder. It's going to be a lot harder.
Yeah, it actually is. It does, especially at the home. You would think the home one was be easy. Actually, our road record actually might turn out to be better than the home record.
Yep.
The way it's shaping up to be. Looks like we're gonna have a better road record than home record. So the fan weekend, they better schedule it early. They better schedule it like middle of September.
I like that we play
fan,
at Cleveland too. I can see it now. It'll be Christmas Day, Thursday night football. They'll have us playing at Cleveland. It'll be Shadur versus. Well, Tua will be in winter break.
Oh,
so
wait. Oh, you just reminded me. We're going to be in Pittsburgh too, right? We're playing the Steelers at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it'll be Quinn Ewers versus Shadur.
It's official. It's official. I will be at the Atlanta game in Atlanta, and I will also be at the Pittsburgh game in Pittsburgh.
I'm not going to Pittsburgh, but I'm going to Atlanta.
Hey, man. Hey, we'll find out. Because I want to know when the schedule's released May 15th. So
May 14th. No, 14th. Yeah,
Joe, you said you're going to
Atlanta, yeah.
to
It's a
Miami?
quick Delta flight away. That's real easy to do.
Yep.
I'm going there. My
I
daughter
got a
lives there.
partnership with Delta, so I'm gonna be flying Delta all year long.
My daughter lives there, so if we run into you, bro, that would be cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I
She's
just
going
got
to- I'm taking her
a
to the
Delta.
game, so it's gonna be a lot of
I
fun.
got a Delta membership, so I'm gonna be using Delta the rest of the way now. I got a membership, so I'm good.
Hey,
I
by
love
the
it.
way, I'm already have the smoke. I'm gonna do the smoke lounge episode. That episode is gonna be Wednesday, and Chef Jew is gonna be on it. That's the tradition I do every year with Chef Jew.
Mm.
Mm.
Hey, Crypto, real
Yeah.
quick, that Delta membership, is it like an annual pass for flights?
Yeah, Sky Miles. Yeah,
Sky Miles?
I got the Sky Miles. Yeah, I got the Sky
Oh,
Miles.
okay.
Member.
Because I got
Yeah.
it from Frontier. It's basically an annual pass. I pay the yearly amount,
Mhm.
and I can take
Mhm.
flights virtually anywhere.
Listen, I wish the Dolphins
Right.
don't get any primetime games this year, but they're gonna get one primetime game. Obviously, the night game will.
The Spain overseas game.
That'll be the primetime game.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
get
no,
Thursday
I think
night.
that's-
We'll get the Spain game.
I would
This Spain
love
game,
to
I
have
think
a
Thursday
slate of
night
1
is
o'clock games. You know what I'm saying? Just
I have a
Exactly.
feeling we're going to get
Put it
a
in
Sunday
afternoon.
night game too.
1 or 4 o'clock games are good. Those are the perfect.
maybe we'll get the Cleveland game. Should have been it got moved. Remember, it was supposed to be a night game, but they got moved to 4 o'clock.
Yeah, so
But that one, like you said, that's probably gonna be a Thursday night game, Thanksgiving game. That might be our only primetime game watch outside of Spain.
yeah,
Which
which is
one?
fine by me. Shit, I like it. I don't like primetime games.
Yeah, because they're gonna want Shadur's father name was primetime, so there you go.
Mhm,
He's gonna get a lot of primetime games. Watch,
mhm.
and our game might be one of them.
We are never.
Primetime
If we
Junior.
lose to Shadur in Cleveland, we will never hear the end of it.
Oh my God, yes, that's gonna be this. That's another threshold. God damn, we got a lot of thresholds across this season.
Yeah.
Shadur test. We'll never hit the end of that one, boy.
I mean, really,
Especially
that
all
goes
the
for any team in the NFL. Like, if Shadur beats you, it's going to be embarrassing.
Yep, because everybody crapping on him. Yep,
Passed
Yeah.
on him multiple times.
passed on him multiple times, downplaying all that stuff, and then to lose to him, it's gonna be like, you lost to him. You lost to a guy that got passed up on 140 times. Yeah.
It was 144, huh? It was a pick 144.
Yeah, 144. So 143 times you passed on me. And I beat you. Yeah, that's going to be the motivation.
Well, at Cleveland, you know they're going to put that in the winter.
You know what's
Yeah.
ironic? You
It
know what's
would.
ironic?
It's weird. I went to last year's Cleveland game,
You know who? Remember
was a scrap game.
when Lamar Jackson got passed up 31 times? You know who did the interview? Deion Sanders did the interview. Interviewed Lamar Jackson. He goes, hey, how did you? What made you? He goes, I don't care. I'm a Baltimore Raven.
Oh, that's what he said to him?
Yeah. He goes, Deion Sanders said, what they gonna get at you? What they gonna get from you? He goes, they're gonna get a Super Bowl from me. I bet you that. That's Ravens. That's what
Okay.
Lamar Jackson said.
He told Deion. Oh, he told
Mhm.
Deion Sanders that.
Yeah, it was
Damn.
funny that Deion Sanders was interviewing him. I'm like, damn. I guess he now, unbeknownst to him, that his son went through a lot worse.
They've been to a lot worse. That's a bad omen for his own kid, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. That's crazy. NFL upside down. That would be the biggest trick
Hey,
play.
but you know what? That
on the
probably
NFL.
that's
If he
probably like
wins-
the biggest wake up call for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's in the same
See, the
division
thing
as Lamar Jackson.
Same division, yeah. It's crazy because Cleveland always at least beat them once. They always split with the Ravens. And that's what regardless of what team it is. They always beating somebody. Always beating Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. That's another thing. I'm like, damn, that's like his worst team he plays against.
And being that he's 144, right? Being that he's a pick 144, the Cleveland Browns could just they could cut him his rookie year. I'm like, fuck it, here you go. They could scrap him all together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they don't want to deal with the negative press. They'll hold him.
Yeah. But I'm saying though, they couldn't. Oh, trust me.
They can do it, but they won't do it.
I don't think Cleveland cares about negative press at this point. But yeah,
because they'll rotate their quarterbacks enough. Yeah, Flacco is getting old. I don't know. I don't see him playing all 17 games, so they'll have a shot.
It's gonna be interesting.
The rookies will have a shot. Yeah, they'll have a shot. Cause remember, Flacco stood in for Richardson. You know, he didn't play the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think both of the rookies will get a shot.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting off season training camp.
Mm-hmm. In the NFL, they is talking about that 18th game at the owners' meeting. So we're going to eventually have 18 game season, and we got 8 playoff teams. So
and 2 bye weeks.
And 2
more international games too. They're squeezing more in next year. Starting next year, it's like 8 games.
Yeah, 8 international games. Yep, on 3 continents.
Yep.
It's gonna be one in Asia, Europe, and then freaking South America.
And who knows? Hey, listen, we'll have space games. We're playing outer space, like we sent these ladies to the moon.
Hey, Tua couldn't finally throw the deep ball there.
No, how you gonna be in it? You got to run the football every down. You throw the ball, it's just gonna keep going out. Yeah.
It has to be on a rope, like like the little ball with the tennis racket with the ball.
Yeah. Imagine playing a game out of space. Now we get to a class, I'm gonna say 4 civilization. We might be able to solve the space sports problem. We'll be able to build a dome around the moon, and we'll be able to do it, make it happen. We'll be able to play outer space games.
Really cool backdrop. See Earth and like the moon craters and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be a nice backdrop for the NFL. We may even have an expansion team, and they will actually we'll colonize Mars and all these other places, and we'll have like an intergalactic football game. Well, the winner of the Super Bowl on Earth plays the winner of Mars Super Bowl. It'll be intergalactic. Now we're cooking. So who's going to win the Universe Bowl?
We still won't have a playoff win.
Mm-hmm.
The Dolphins still won't have a playoff win. And all these other teams, Mars and Jupiter, we having wins and shit. The Dolphins still waiting. Like, goddamn. And the Dolphins gonna win that first playoff win.
We're still
you have a team on Mars winning playoff games. Brand new teams from different planets winning Super Bowls, and we still trying to win one here on Earth. That would be sad. That would be so depressing. We've advanced as a civilization to put people on different planets and colonize them, and we still ain't won a playoff game. Oh,
like I said, my big fear is we finally make it to the Super Bowl, and we get hit by a meteoroid.
Oh yeah, that will be the year. You're right. We finally win the playoff game, and we're in the Super Bowl, and an asteroid just comes straight into our freaking.
Where we go into World War III and the season's canceled.
Yeah.
They
cancel the game. Like, damn it, son of a bitch.
Oh.
Hell yeah. What do you mean, Raphael? I haven't watched Pet Detective. What do you mean by that? I watch Pet Detective and Tomorrow War movies. I don't know
Speaking
what
of
that
movies,
means.
I just watched a good one before Insomnia started.
Yeah,
I watched Gerard Butler's Plane. It was pretty good. I liked it.
Mm.
It's about a pilot and they crash in the Philippines and there's like a hostage situation. It also has what's his name in it? Let me find his name.
JC said he hates night games. I love night games.
9 games are the
I get
best,
to
bro.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah,
get to
if you're
chill out
there in
all day and
person,
watch all
if
the
you're there in
football
person,
games.
yeah. And tailgating,
Mhm.
hell yeah, it
Yeah.
is because you have
Yeah,
that
it
sun
is.
on you.
Yeah, I love that. The night game I went to in New England and in Philly, those were perfect, man. I was loving life at that time.
Yeah,
Those were
night
great.
games. I don't know if you've ever been to a primetime night game.
Oh,
It's
the
the
Monday
best.
night game too. I was in LA. That's right.
Mm.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, they're
That was a
the
night
best.
game.
I know, like when I go, like if people bring like lights to hang up around their tents and everything, and it's like a big party. I mean, to be honest, and some of the best times I've had have been primetime games we've had over the years.
I've never been to one.
Really, bro, you are missing
Yeah.
out. Like if you like the daytime games, that's great, but there's nothing like a primetime game.
I grew up in Jersey and North Carolina, so I've only been down here for but it's been a decade now. But I only started going to the games a few years ago. I drive there and back usually in one day, so it's
Oh, okay. You
Oh,
said Jersey?
shit. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Joe.
Mhm.
The guy that was on the cover of College Football 25 went undrafted.
Who's that?
The running back from Michigan.
Edwards.
Yeah, he was on the cover of College 25 and he went undrafted. Holy crap.
Who picked them up?
Nobody. Actually, let me find out. Hold on one
Why did
second.
they put him on the cover? Was he so dominant last year, and then like this year he wasn't, or?
Well, it was 3 people on the cover or something like that. Like it was a shared cover. It wasn't just
Well, he
Like
was
by
one of
region or something?
the 3 main people were. It was
him,
Ewers, Hunter,
Hunter,
and
and
Edwards.
him. Yeah.
And
Oh
he
man,
was
we
the one that
drafted,
definitely got
the
drafted.
cover guy. Holy shit, that's what's up.
Yeah, they already have a curse. Don't be on the cover.
I didn't even know they started making that game again.
Dude, College Football 25 is sick, bro. I like it actually a lot, to be honest.
Yeah, NCAA football was like a huge part of my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Like the
Definitely.
dynasties with my friends and family and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I remember recruiting against my brother and getting into like serious fights with him about prospects.
He went to the Jets, by the way. That's where Edwards ended up as an undrafted free agent.
The Jets?
Yeah, that's who picked him up.
Yeah, it's okay. Edwards. They had another rookie outside of Brees Hall that played good. I
What's
forget
going
his
on
name.
with the Bills
He
running
good
back?
again.
Is he holding out?
Which one?
Yeah,
Cooks?
I thought they
Supposedly
paid him.
won $20 million this season.
They paid him?
Supposedly.
I thought they already paid him.
No, they have not.
They didn't draft anyone, did they?
I thought no. But they didn't even have to
Let
run
me
it back.
check. I think they did get a running back, actually. Let me verify that. Let's see here.
Well, they couldn't have drafted anyone high because they won defensive line for like the first 4 rounds. No, they didn't draft a running back. Wow.
I thought they did. No, they didn't. They went wide receiver, though. Wow, they got Jordan Hancock. Okay.
So NFL's got their own flag football
Nothing.
league.
Nothing impressive about Buffalo's draft.
No, not that impressive. What were you saying, Crypto?
NFL started that flag football league.
Yeah, they have a flag. Well, flag football is starting to become a thing. It's already an Olympic sport.
Yeah, it's Olympics now. Yeah, it's in the Olympics.
Yeah, so it's starting to become a thing.
So, Joris, what do you give Buffalo's draft? What grade would you give Buffalo's draft?
Give it a let me go back to their picks. Probably a C.
A C? Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm going to
This
tell you
is-
right now, the corner they got
Yeah.
out of Ohio State was overdrafted. Jordan Hancock. I don't think he was worth paying a 5th round pick. I had most drafts I looked at, they had him in the late 6th or mid 7ths. So they kind of reached there, in my opinion.
I really have no clue of all
Jordan
those
Hancock
corners.
wasn't even a starter at Ohio State.
Yeah. I don't think Hairston was a first round talent.
No, he was just super fast. That's what really put him on the map.
I'm looking at the Jets now. The Jets wait, that's Miami. Membu, Mason Taylor, Ezra Thomas, Arian Smith, Malachi Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe like a C plus. They really reached for Mason Taylor.
Or the Jets?
Yeah.
You know, it's funny.
I mean,
NFL Network was mock drafting him in the first round to
That's
Chargers.
crazy. To where? To who?
The Chargers.
That's absurd.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give the Patriots. I do agree they kind of had a B plus. I would even argue that it could be an A minus.
Oh, they had the best draft in the division.
Yeah, I want to say they did. I mean, I love Will Campbell. Trevion Henderson's a hell of a running back. And I like Kyle Williams, the wide receiver they picked up also.
They got Joshua Farmer in the late 4th.
Yeah,
We are farmers.
Braden Swinson was a steal in the 5th.
I agree.
All over the place.
If they needed a kicker, they got a good one.
Yeah, they definitely got a good one. Jared Wilson's good too. The center for Georgia.
Yep. Yep, they did
Yeah.
well. Will Campbell is going to be good.
Bro, it just feels like, I'm not gonna lie, it felt like Minnesota didn't draft anybody.
Yeah, he didn't see a lot of.
They got Donovan Jackson, which I like, but I think they screwed up here. They drafted him in the first round, bro. I don't think he was first round talent. I think he was a solid day 2 kind of guy, and I kind of felt they reached here.
Look at that name, Gavin Bartholomew.
That's a hell of a name.
Yeah.
Kobe
They got
King.
their backup QB too. They got what's his name from Seattle?
Oh yeah, Matt Howell.
Yep.
He was good at North Carolina. I actually liked him there. I'm not really sure what happened to him though.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at all of them. The Giants had a very good draft.
I agree. I like their draft.
You think Dayball's on the hot seat?
If they suck this year,
I don't. Yeah, I mean they're gonna start Dart. Well,
Yeah, they no.
next year or this
He'll
year?
sit for probably next
Full
year.
year.
And he probably get some time if what's his name can't stay healthy. His Wilson can't stay healthy.
That's tough to. I don't know. What do you do if
So
you have a
he's-
coach that's on the hot
he's
seat but a
redshirt.
QB you want to bench for a year?
Yeah, that's another QB room that's pretty interesting. You got Jameis Winston,
Yeah.
What's up, Ace?
Wilson and Jackson Dart. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna be sneaky.
Tommy Cutlets.
Make jump out and bite some people. The Giants could sneak up and win a few games, and surprise some people. Well, they were in the playoffs just 3 years ago, so it's not like they that far removed from regular season success. That was when they had Daniel Jones as a quarterback.
That should have been our QB3, Tommy DeVito.
So yeah, they were arguing spaces about whether or not the Cowboys division is competitive or bad division. I'm like, no, they're not
The
a bad
Commanders and the
division.
Eagles.
They're a good division. I mean, everybody's won the division at least once or twice in the same decade.
I think that's
And so-
Ace. I think Ace is your boy. Who's the dude? I think his name Andy.
Oh, Andy's back.
Mm-hmm. I gave him the link. I'm only gonna be here for like a few more minutes. We're closing up in about 20 minutes, so you can come up, Ace, aka
Ace.
Andy.
Ace.
I was gonna do 10 minutes, but I'll extend him 10 minutes so he could get what he wants to say off.
Yeah, he come share with you.
Yeah, come
Think
on up,
about it.
Ace. Click that link.
Yeah. So yeah. So I'm ready for all the. I've already told everybody, got out ahead of it, and because everybody's going to be saying it. Well, this was my big board. He was number one on my top 10 list. This guy was a 5-star recruit at all levels. What's the other talking point that we're going to get from post draft every year? He was a dark horse. We picked him in the 7th round, but he had the 2nd round talent. Oh yeah,
Hey, this is Skylar Thompson 2.0.
We got we know we picked him in the 200 range, but he should have been a late 1st rounder. Let's get that one out there. While we what's another one?
The only difference between this guy and Skylar Thompson is that he has playoff experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Either way, Pete loves him.
We got to get all the hits out. All the post draft hits that gets regurgitated every year after the draft. Oh man.
What's up, Ace?
Hey. Hey, what's going on, guys?
Not much, bro.
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on?
What's going on? What do you guys think of the draft? I think it was a solid draft.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite pick? Was your favorite pick the new franchise quarterback?
No way. I think my favorite pick was Grant. Kenneth Grant out of Michigan.
The Michigan kid, okay. What's going on in Michigan?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be a big part of this upcoming Dolphins season. I think he's gonna surprise a lot of people in his first year as a rookie. I really do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. How you guys been? You guys been good?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. We just sucking it all in, man, and ready to make some moves, man.
Mm-hmm.
No, definitely, man. I think this is gonna be a very important Dolphins season. So the Dolphins build up the trenches as well on the offensive line. So
in less than 3 months, man, we're gonna be back in football.
Yeah,
3 months.
think about it. Yeah,
3 months. May,
about
June, July.
Yeah, in August when it's officially start preseason. Yeah,
Yeah.
back
We'll
in
have
the swing
training
of
camp.
things, man. That schedule, man, that's gonna be nice, man. That's gonna be key, man. We got to get those tickets ready, the hotels, reservations going.
Yeah.
Make sure you
Especially
have your
for-
passport ready, Crypto, for Spain.
Yeah, man. I might have to hit. I might have to hitchhike a ride, or if I'm be the first plane
So-
hitchhiker.
I'm gonna warn you right now when you go to Madrid. Okay, when you go to Madrid, be careful. First of all,
I've
It-
actually
it-
been to Spain, but it was Rota.
but
I
let me
wasn't in
let
the,
me let me just tell you why I'm telling you be careful. It has nothing to do with like oh they're gonna jump you or get your wallet taken. Nothing like that. That's not what I'm talking about.
yeah.
I've seen enough recently people trying to get into that stadium, and they take forever with security, and people start going crazy, climbing over the fences, just like how it was here at Hard Rock at the Colombia versus Argentina game. I see that happen in that stadium a lot. So when you go into the stadium, just be careful, and also make sure you get there with much more ahead of time so you can get into the stadium before the game starts. Just so you know.
Yeah, I got there plenty early. Took a massive shit in their stadium. It was a great time.
Yeah.
I saw Real Madrid play in September. They have a great toilet too, by the way. So if you do,
Yeah.
go
was it a golden toilet or was it a charcoal toilet?
nah, it was plenty of space. Everything was super clean.
Yeah. See, Joe Riss's
Yeah,
whole
I've been to Rota, Spain. I've never been to other parts of Spain.
Joe
I just
Joe
been to the
Riss,
southern tip.
Joe Riss's mission in life is take his shit in every single stadium in the world. That's why he travels every year.
I have Raiders stadium, knocked one out.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Take a dump in every stadium. Hey, did you take a dump in Skidmark Stadium?
I don't think I'll ever go there.
I might go just to take a dump, not in the stadium, but at the
Cool
stadium,
place.
like on their yard or something.
It'll really be Skidmark Stadium. What happened to Ace? Goddamn, he left, huh?
Conversation might have freaked them out.
Damn.
Well,
Ace left.
Lewis said he's going to go to the new Skidmark Stadium. He's looking forward to going to the new Skidmark Stadium. So I'm gonna buy some tickets that year.
You Crypto, you went to a bunch of them, right? Did you go to SoFi?
Yeah, I went to SoFi. Yeah,
Was it nice?
that was nice. That was the best stadium in the league. I like that one. That was pretty nice. That was good. Man. I mean, the
Fascinated by
seating's
these
perfect.
new
It don't
stadiums.
even matter. It don't even matter what level you. That's the key about that stadium. It don't even matter what level you on, and you got perfect seats. It's insane.
I want to go to the stadium in Vegas.
The view is crazy. Oh man, you can see everything in that stadium, bro. It's unbelievable. Imagine if you had courtside seats. I'm not courtside, but sideline, but on the lower bowls. You don't even need those seats. I mean, you really don't. You come in off the main level. You're right there in the second deck, just on the first level, because the actual playing field is actually underground. But it's crazy. It's like Atlanta. Atlanta's that way too. When you come in off the street, you're actually coming in on the second and third level. It's nice. I like stadiums like that because you got better seating.
Oh shit! You see,
I appreciate you, Ace, with the $20 donation. Appreciate you.
Oh, appreciate it there. Appreciate the donation, man. It's nice. Well, I gotta go to the Raiders Stadium when I get out to Vegas. I need to.
And Ali
go to
doesn't
that
have to take a drink.
I haven't been to the Vegas Stadium. That's on my bucket list.
Yeah, that's the
The
one I want to
Seattle
go
one.
to.
San Fran is on my list too, but Rashad
Yeah,
said it's
I
not
was at
good
the
to go
Vegas
there.
Stadium. It's nothing to really write home about.
The Seattle Stadium, Crypto. I heard it's the loudest stadium. So when you go there,
it's very loud. Yeah,
let me know if it's the loudest like they claim. I would like to know.
yeah.
Actually, Tony would know.
He said it is. Tony went last year.
Shake, did
Tony
you see
went
a
last
game
year.
there?
Yeah, we brought it up, huh? Yeah.
You see a
And he
game
went
in
to
Vegas?
Buffalo. He according to Tony, he said Buffalo was louder.
Yeah, Buffalo is
Yeah,
crazy.
Buffalo, it does have a loud stadium though. It's weird because of the seating. You wouldn't think that it would be the loudest, based on the seating, but it is loud though. I admit it is loud.
I heard Seattle's designed to be loud, like how they designed it.
Yeah, design is it is.
Yeah.
The
It's
acoustics
not,
in the
not
stadium.
necessarily mean the seating, but like the design.
The way
I
the
think
air
with-
is.
And you know what? The
is,
new Skidmark Stadium,
trap.
that's how it is too. Skidmark Stadium is designed too.
Yeah.
They have that little bedpan where it funnels in the noise.
Mm-hmm. Which
And I think
seat
with-
you had, Raphael? The one at Skidmark or the other one? Which one you talking about? The one
Levi Stadium.
at Levi.
Come on, Levi
Like a
Stadium.
building size TV on one side of the stadium. Yeah. Yeah, they do got one of the large. Actually, Dallas has a large screen too.
So,
At their building.
Crypto or Shake, where did the Skidmark Stadium like how did that term come about?
Because it's Highmark Stadium, so
It's
I call
it's
it.
Highmark.
So his name
Okay,
is
all
Highmark.
right. I was just curious because I was like, no, I'm gonna look up Skidmark Stadium just to see what comes up. AI says it's the Buffalo Bills Stadium.
Right. It's the Buffalo Bills Stadium. Right.
So I thought it was funny. I was like,
Right.
start.
Right. It's actually Highmark Stadium, but we call it Skidmark Stadium.
I get you.
It's
Oh,
actually
man.
the Bills Stadium.
If you do
Yeah.
go to Vegas, I recommend doing a tour of the stadium there. They're one of the teams that offers like a full blown tour.
Damn, I wanted to
did
do
I
that
went in
too.
the owner's box, in the locker room, the press box.
Actually, haven't you been to that stadium, Shake?
Yeah, I was gonna do it. I was gonna do the tour, but unfortunately, as Michael K alluded to earlier about Frontier, we flew Frontier, and we didn't get to our hotel till like 3:00 in the morning. So that was all plans were thrown out the fucking window. We had to get we got there at 3:00. We got there at 3:00 in the morning. Then we had to wake up to get our marriage certificate and all this bullshit. So I didn't have time to.
Don't do don't do Frontier.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people have good experiences and bad experiences. It's like night and day. It's like hot and cold.
I've had great experience with Frontier, horrible experience with Spirit. I will not fly them even with a gun to my head.
Yeah, you're right. I can't do Spirit.
And
JetBlue.
Say that
I
again.
did
I'm sorry, Ace.
I had a chance to do JetBlue.
You said JetBlue.
Oh, JetBlue. Yeah.
Rocket Blue.
Yeah, JetBlue is not bad. Like when I went with my buddy to Buffalo for the playoff game, there was only 2 flights leaving on that Monday. Frontier, their flight got canceled, and JetBlue was good to go. Like it was crazy. Like I even told my buddy, don't do Frontier. I know it's cheap, but don't do it. Don't do it. But he ended up doing it.
I flew on them. I didn't have a bad experience with them. I flew them once. So my first trip to Florida, I did Frontier. It was all right. Wasn't bad. I was able to rest and get some nice nap. I took a nap on there. That's probably why. I was able to take a nap.
I had a flight with Spirit once. It was to Peru, and they canceled it on my way to the airport.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was awful. I had to rebook everything on the fly with Delta, and then I actually fought Spirit for like a month, and I ended up getting my money back from what I had to spend to keep my travel plans together. They ended up sending me a check.
I actually went to Costa Rica on the Spirit flight to Costa Rica. Wasn't bad. It was just I don't like going too much over the water on the airplane.
Oh man, Here's an interesting development. Earlier today, Shiloh Sanders said he fired his dad as his agent and hired Drew Rosenhaus.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Man,
It's the Ball family.
that is something, ain't it?
It's the Ball family for the NFL.
Yeah.
The NFL version of the Ball family.
And they're both missing. Aren't they both missing a foot?
No, and Deion still has his foot. He had part of it amputated though.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's kind of missing his foot.
Really?
So.
Yeah.
Not his whole foot.
He has like a diabetes or something.
Yeah, he has no toes. I could tell you that.
Who, Deion doesn't?
Yeah.
He had like blood clots or something. Something happened. He had blood clots.
On one foot, he has all his toes. The other foot, he doesn't.
That's a scary thing.
That's a nasty. When I seen it, I'm like, damn, that's the nastiest thing I've ever seen. And LeVar, I think LeVar Ball had his foot amputated, right?
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
What was his name? Kenny George or something like that. He had gangrene. Lost a foot.
He had gangrene.
From wearing his shoes.
Ooh.
There was that like 7-footer that was 7 foot something. He was at UNC Asheville a while back. Monster of a guy. Never made it anywhere because he had lost his foot.
And that was from gangrene, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Gangrene.
The only difference is
it's weird. Our
at
cousin
least
lost
Ball,
his life from gangrene. He says testing.
Ball, then what was his? Oh, he was like the third overall pick to the Lakers or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 2.
Number 2 overall.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was LeVar or his father called gangrene? I mean, he had diabetes.
I think his dad was the one that had like surgery recently.
Yeah, his dad is the one that had it.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the cabal up to this evening?
What's up, Tom?
What's up?
The cabal.
What was your question?
I'm saying is the Department of Miami Efficiency.
Miami efficiency? I don't know if we got any efficiency in there. I'm not sure about the Miami. Pat Riley has that department. He's gonna be cleaning house in about another game or so.
Yeah.
I'm on my way home. The artist I manage had a show, so I went to a show tonight.
That's nice.
Did some networking.
How'd they go in the show?
Good. It was a sold out show actually. It was fucking packed in there. Had a bunch of good artists. I was able to get my artist in there right at the last minute, so it was good exposure for him. I brought some printouts of this song that I executive produced for him. So I brought some printouts and I sold a couple of them, signed them, and sold them. It's just dope.
There you go. That's good, right there. It was a great night then.
Yeah.
And you did the show where, in Miami?
No, I live in Seattle.
Oh, Seattle, nice.
Yeah. Seattle is it's a mecca of music. It's like I don't know. Seattle is just if anyone came here and wanted to accomplish whatever they want to accomplish, you could do it in Seattle.
I always wanted to visit Seattle.
There's just a lot of
like the song
here.
says, if you could make it there, you can make it anywhere.
No,
it's up to
for real.
You, Seattle.
There's just so much opportunity. It's just there's always music going on here. There's always sports.
It's not Seattle?
Yeah.
They had a good draft too.
Shit, I think Miami did great. I think this draft this year was fucking great.
You like those guys, Tonk? Grant
Yeah.
and
And
Jonah?
it was I forgot who said it earlier, but this is Mike McDaniel's first draft where he had a first round pick.
Oh, second. It was second draft.
He had Chop Robinson.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. We need like I don't know. I have confidence in the team. I've never paid it.
His first draft that he took a first round talent.
The last time I paid this much attention to the Dolphins, Cap and I were in like 5th grade. So like, it's nice. It's nice, you know. But that's because
Chalk wasn't listed as his first round. That's why.
But I think it was good. Like we got it. We ended up getting a quarterback. We got defense. We got offense. We made a couple nice signings. What is it called? Free agency.
Guys.
You know, and then we still got free agency coming about again. I'm looking. I mean, I'm thinking 12 wins this season. And if we're not doing well, then they're just gonna bench Tua, and that's what everyone kind of wants anyway. So
12 wins is very optimistic, but I share your appreciation about the draft.
Here's the thing with that.
Well, it just seems like they really got what they were looking for, or what they're trying to make up for. Like to get Quinn Ewers that late.
I think that was a great addition right there.
Good value. 7.
You have Tua, you got Zach Wilson, and Quinn Ewers. I think come training camp, that's gonna be an area like everybody's gonna be observing. Oh, Tua does this, or etc. Zach Wilson, quitting. I think it's gonna be open competition is never wrong.
Exactly. It's what we actually need. We need our team to be so competitive that it motivates players to do better. And and if they don't, they know they're going to get. Tua knows he will get fucking benched.
Bingo.
Now he has to know it.
1,000% correct.
Hopefully it's because he gets benched and not because of an injury if he's going to not play. But it's. He got paid.
I guarantee you, they're not going to bench Tua because of poor play.
Yeah, that's our bet, actually, Shake, isn't it? That if Tua gets benched because of poor play, you have to pay, and if he goes down because of injury, I have to pay.
Yeah, exactly, and it's to a charity. You have to give charity of choice.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, you said if he goes down, who pays if he goes down without injury? If he goes down without an injury and he gets benched?
Then I have to pay St. Jude.
Well, if he gets benched for injury, then
no. Yeah, if he goes down for injury, then I have to pay St. Jude. If he goes down because he's dog washing the fucking playbook, then Shake has to donate to a charity I pick.
Oh,
yeah.
Because we can't. Okay, he just played bad, a bad performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he told
we haven't benched quarterbacks in a while for bad performances since Ryan Fitzpatrick was replaced Tua.
What?
That's the last time that happened.
Ryan Fitzpatrick played on the Dolphins?
Yeah, Ryan
played on the Bucs,
was a quarterback in
his
rookie year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Tua was benched and Ryan was put in because of it.
Oh, Fitzpatrick, yeah.
I like
yeah, but I mean, that was his rookie season. This is different. If he's not playing well, I don't know. I don't see how they wouldn't bench him if they're not winning games. Unless they're losing games.
That will be a mockery too, because that means Zach Wilson will be the person that's replacing him.
I mean, if they're losing games 35-40, well then Tua's probably not going to get benched. But if they're losing games 12-20, then Tua's going to get benched.
Yeah, he's gonna get benched, but I'm saying though but he'll probably get benched for preservation, but he guess what? He'll be the starter next week.
But let's bring up this question.
Right, meaning he's not being benched for 2 straight games.
Yeah.
That game he's losing, and then the following week, let's just have a bad practice. That's the only way.
Them sitting him down for getting blown out. They'll do the same thing if they were blowing out a team too. So they will sit him out.
Hey, but
yeah, that's a hell of a threshold for the starter to get benched the following game.
Hey, are you in a hurricane right now?
Tonk's driving. I think it's the wind or something.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, so by the way, so we're clear on that too. If we're getting blown out and they sit Tua, and they don't, and he doesn't start, he's not injured the following week, and he's not the starter the following week. That counts as the benching.
Yeah.
Not
that game. If he sit down the following week.
Yes.
Yeah.
If he's a healthy, like, all right, we're gonna ride with.
Right. Not. I'm not saying in game. I'm saying the next game he's not the starter.
Yes, that's
right.
Okay,
if he gets benched for a game in game, I don't really think. Yeah, I don't qualify that as him being benched.
Well, that means he got to be having bad weeks consecutive. I don't see how.
But if
Mike McDaniel will bench him the very next game. He got to have two bad first halves, and then that third game, I can see him being completely benched because he's just not playing well.
Yeah,
and can set a bunch of consecutive games.
Yeah, no, that's a fair bet.
Let me ask you guys a question.
That's gonna be hard for him to get benched in that way.
My bad, Crypto. Do you think?
And of course, there's a fucking accident on I-5.
All right, just drive safe, sir.
Yeah, I am.
Go ahead, Andy.
Go
ahead, bro.
Do you guys feel with the addition of Zach Wilson and now the new draftee quitting? How do you pronounce his last name?
Ewers.
Do you think that Tua is gonna be like maybe NC, maybe more like I don't know, like maybe something changes?
Nope. No.
I would say there's a chance. There's like maybe a 2 or 3% chance of that happening, and there's a higher chance not. That's why we go after the quarterbacks that we did. But the issue is that there is a potential that Zach Wilson or Quinn Ewers might bring competition to Tua, even if it's not intentional. And the reason for that is because if you think about it, we're bringing Zach Wilson here to compete. We'll say he's on like what, a 1-year deal? I think he's on a 1-year deal.
Yeah, that's definitely a competitive situation.
And he needs to perform if he wants to find a job somewhere. You know what I mean? On a more long-term basis. So he definitely needs to perform. The question is, will Quinn Ewers do that? I'm just going to tell you, he has all the ability. He just doesn't have the drive and the edge right now. For some reason, I don't know why. Like, he's just. I'm just going to be honest. I feel like he's too soft. That's my issue.
Do you think Quinn Ewers is able to grow from it?
If he brings back his dog, yeah. He used to be a dog, bro. I'm telling you straight up. No, I'm being straight up. Quinn Ewers used to be a mean dog, have like the arrogance. He reminded me a lot of Jackson Dart, at one point. but he lost it after going to Texas. I don't know what happened between this past year and the first year at Texas. He kind of lost it. You know what I mean?
He went from Zen Ewers to Quinn Ewers.
Yeah. It was weird.
Maybe he started getting laid and got lazy.
No, he ain't lazy. He like if you talk to him, you can tell, and there's nothing wrong with this. Don't get me wrong. I just want people to know. I'm not saying that the fact that he found God is an issue. I'm just saying that he's gone to this whole side of him that is more of a kinder and just happy to be there kind of guy versus, hey, I'm here to freaking win at all costs. I don't mind getting my hands dirty kind of guy.
So
you know
compare him to Tim Tebow.
Very similar, but
Well,
not
Tua's the same way. Tua's the same way.
Not necessarily his running ability, but he has way better passing ability than Tim Tebow ever had. But very similar. Like he doesn't have the cerebral
I'm saying like personality. I'm
not
not saying performance. I'm saying character traits like personality.
Yeah, very
tenacity.
similar now. Very similar now. You're right. Very similar.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say was Tebow, I think, had more of aggressive, like when he made that speech that he was gonna, play as hard as he can and win this and do that, and then they won a national championship. And if it wasn't for that loss to Alabama, they probably would have won the national championship the following season because they were undefeated until the SEC championship.
Yep.
That 2009 season.
And that's the knock on him
I don't know
too.
any other players that are like. I mean, I haven't seen anything from Quinn Ewers to see what he speaks on his religion. I just see that picture that you showed and like what you've been saying. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it made him more of a peaceful person.
Yeah, I mean that's great for him. That's great for him.
But like, I don't know, like the Crusades fucked shit up and they did it in the name of Jesus. But like, Jesus was like pretty much the most peaceful of all the prophets. He was pretty much the most peaceful one.
Well,
Buddha was pretty peaceful.
Yeah, like I said, Tonk, there's nothing wrong with him finding God and all that stuff. I have no problem with that. But to play this game, this is a violent sport, right? And you have to have a competitive edge. And sometimes it has to, you have to go put yourself in a gray area to get things done, right? And if you go back into the history of his career, he beats up on the teams that he's supposed to win, but then gets beat up by the more elite defenses on a consistent basis. The man could not beat Georgia. Georgia spanked the crap out of him.
Okay, but all right.
Who does that sound like to you, Ali? It sounds eerily familiar. Huh?
Again, as I said, we're drafting Tua 2.0, to be honest.
But how do we know that, Ali? How do we know that?
Yeah, but a head coach can break through that.
But how do we know that? Yeah, we just he's a rookie.
Okay, we'll see.
No, I know it's gonna be fun. This training camp is gonna be fun.
I mean, for a backup, I mean, he's not going to be our QB1, so, well, not yet, anyways. And Zach Wilson, I don't think he's going to beat out Zach Wilson for QB2.
How do you know?
It could be possible, man.
I could be totally wrong. I'm just saying, like,
We'll find out once the preseason
I think they got a nice.
Yeah, boy, if Tua balls out, then he balls out. Great, win-win.
I think they got a good squad. I hope Tyreek Hill is fucking shaping up. I don't know if he's going to get traded or not, but if he stays on the Dolphins.
Listen, at the end of the day, look, people take predictions too literal. You know what I'm saying? prediction is just a educated guess. To Ali knows what he's
It's a
talking about, so
guesstimate.
it's just just a guess. It doesn't. There's people and coaches and scouting that been doing it for years and get it wrong. So it is what it is.
Look. This is all. The whole draft is nothing but a crapshoot. It's a gamble, right?
Yeah.
And what I'm basing my thought process, and believe me, everything I told you guys is
I
my
think they
opinion.
won it. I think they
But-
won at the draft.
But here's the thing. Everything I told you guys is based on opinion, but my opinions are based on an educated guess. And what I mean by that, I've talked to several on the ground people that are inside or around University of Texas. My co-host is a huge fan. He can tell you everything and anything you need to know about University of Texas.
No,
I also have,
we
and if
believe
you guys,
Ali.
if you don't mind, let me just finish real quick, Tonk. I'm sorry. I've talked to people at Ohio State because Quinn Ewers was at Ohio State originally. I talked to people there, people that are even inside the organization, and all of that. In watching tape, this in listening to his interviews and what he talks about and everything, this is where I'm bringing in my point of view.
He's like, God is awesome.
But that also doesn't mean he can't turn it around. People are saying, well, what if he balls out? Well, then if he balls out, great. I was wrong. I'm okay with being wrong. I'm okay. But go ahead.
Maybe
Go
when
ahead.
they give him a reverse
I
mohawk,
want him to ball out to the point where
maybe
he's QB number one.
maybe at QB or maybe at camp when they give him a reverse, he'll get back into that.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see. Maybe.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
But,
It's.
No,
oh,
but
real quick.
Ali, look, I take what you say seriously. You had a dude straight up telling us who was getting the draft pick 4 or 5 minutes before the TV was.
Yeah.
Like straight up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It is very very interesting.
One thing about the draft, though, the draft people that on social media, draft people on network television. The one thing about that is, if they get their analyst wrong, there's no consequences to it. A GM, on the other hand, if he gets his shit wrong, there's consequences. So I think a GM has to do a lot more homework than we do.
yeah,
For 30
you
teams,
said
Jake, for
earlier
only
that
30
the
teams.
draft is a crapshoot, but who was saying earlier today that GMs are calling each other and owners are calling each other during the draft? So how much of a crapshoot
They have to.
is it if you're having conversations about who you're going to pick? I mean,
It's a crapshoot when the players got to play.
it's a crapshoot because, well, it has to be, right? That's the way they made it. That's the way they made it. So it they try to make it as fair as possible.
No, he's saying it's a crapshoot because you never know the outcome that the player that they
Oh, you
pick
mean
is
of the
going to
player?
perform well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example of a big crapshoot, right? The draft that Ryan Leaf was in, and I believe it was Ryan Leaf and who was the other quarterback that got drafted that year? Peyton Manning, right?
Leaf, gosh, I haven't heard
There
that
were
name in a
people
long
saying
time.
Ryan Leaf was an amazing college quarterback. Let me just point that out real quick.
Who
He
did
was
play-
really good in
Who
college.
the fuck did he play for?
I want to say it was Washington, I think he played for Washington.
God, that was a
Yeah,
long
I thought it
time
was the
ago.
Chargers.
Yeah.
No, but I'm talking about
Yeah.
for college. He was like either Washington or Washington State. One of those two teams. Whichever one is the Cougars. I think they're like gray and red.
Oh, that's Washington State.
Yeah, he played for Washington State. So he played there, was amazing, had a hell of a season that year and everything, and he was arguably one of the top two quarterbacks, right? And teams were trying to figure out who they wanted. Peyton Manning him, and everyone thought that the Chargers had the better pick with Ryan Leaf. Look what happened. That was probably one of the biggest busts ever.
Hold on a
in
second.
NFL history.
Who did they switch out for? Ryan Leaf for who?
Well, it was Ryan Leaf is actually who they drafted. The Chargers drafted him.
In lieu of who?
Peyton Manning.
Oh, Peyton Manning. Okay. I heard you say Manning, but because there was a similar situation when his brother got drafted with Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, with Phillips. River Phillips. They had a trade. Look, River Phillips is a hell of a quarterback too. Even though he didn't get to win a Super Bowl, hell of a quarterback.
Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, yes, the player themselves, yes, it is somewhat of a gamble. Like it is. I mean, it's just that's just the way it is. But that's why you have backups. That's why you have. I'm excited. I've become more of a Dolphins fan like this offseason, just being on. Because I never used to be on y'all's shows. Like, y'all were having a lot of shows before, but I was just never on them. But I don't know. It's nice. I don't know. It's nice to be social. I don't really like. I do music stuff out here, but I don't have very long conversations with people except for when I'm doing work. So this is like the only time I really.
Michael K is trying to say that I'm wrong because I said the Bills should draft a running back. I still think they should have, just so you know. I do think they should have, but it was you, Michael K, that said I was wrong that the Bills were going to draft an edge.
Every team,
Tell me what the third draft pick in this draft was. And
He said edge or cornerback.
Well, they needed both, but edge is what they went with on the third pick that they had.
Michael K
So
will
I was
try
right.
to say anything. He will try to say anything. Michael K is the type of person who will argue with a Bill fan.
I know. He's actually banned from all those other YouTube
He'll never get banned from ours because it's just too great. Well, he
Oh,
won't get
man,
banned
that's
from
funny.
mine. I can't ban him from TFTG. I don't have controls like that.
Well, man,
I don't mind. No. I think
unless you get really crazy.
I like fans who talk smack and hate and just always got. I don't know. It's like he argues with us like because he's just having fun. It's not like I don't think he's really an asshole. You know, I think he's just having fun, and that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
Because like confidence and cocky personality traits, like that's kind of how I am. So when someone else is being that way, it's like that's why I told him we should like do a fucking competition where we got him in some kind of vest where we could latch on and spin him around and chuck him out into a lake. Call it the belly flop bowl. And he can say fucking he can say to a side, he could say to a near or to a side.
Oh, but Tonk, it's not about that. It's about our Dolphins taking that next step. Tua taking that next step. The Miami Dolphins winning the division.
I don't know if we're gonna win the division.
Why not?
Yeah, we're not winning the division this season.
No, not this season. We're gonna have to wait. We're gonna take a pass this season.
I mean, I'm looking at
how many passes are we gonna get?
So I don't know. What do you think is the bigger challenge? Trying to win the division or just trying to make it to the playoffs?
Both.
The toughest challenge is gonna be winning the division.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Actually, the toughest is staying sober on Sunday to watch the Dolphins.
I don't know. The Bills just pull it out. They always do it at the end of the season. It's always like
Shake. Stay sober.
If we don't beat them both times this season, we're not going to win the division.
Well, the thing is,
we have to beat them both times, or it will not happen. but we can beat them one time and lose to them one time and still make the playoffs.
The thing is, if the Miami Dolphins want to win the division,
That's not necessarily true. You be good in this your division and crappy against everybody else. That's just how
Crypto.
the math works
I
out.
mean, I'm just well, this is what I've observed. I think
That's
the Bills
how you
I
get
think the Bills
divisions
just
like
know
the.
how to.
I'm explaining to you how the math works because you play at least 11 games outside your division. You can literally go undefeated in your division and lose all the other 11 games.
Yeah, but I'm saying if we don't beat the Bills twice, they're gonna win enough to beat us for the division if we only beat them one time.
And the last time the Miami Dolphins,
Listen,
the last time the
Tom,
Miami
here's the thing.
Dolphins
I'm
won
saying
in
you don't have
Buffalo.
confidence against the other
We
teams.
split with the Patriots, and they won the division 20 years in a row. So it don't matter about winning. You don't have listen. You don't have to beat the Bills.
Hey, I'm
and
just
to win the
saying.
division.
That's what that's just what I.
Right. That's another example, Shake. It's just the math is the works out that way. You only play 6 division games. You got to figure out how to beat the other 11
Hey,
games.
listen. You could lose to
If you
both
better do-
Buffalo. You could lose both Buffalo
It's
games.
just Buffalo just gets those. It's always at the end of the season too. They just creep up in there and win the division.
Here's
And
the
I'll
thing,
say this:
we could lose both games to Buffalo, but win the rest of them, and we win the division. So
I don't. But from me watching the Bills every season, it's just
Not necessarily.
I don't know. I don't like it. Hasn't happened.
Good.
Like
If we lose both to Buffalo,
Right.
and they go undefeated in the division, they'll win the division.
Yeah. The thing is, the Miami Dolphins, if they want to win the division,
if we're
they're gonna beat Buffalo
games to
twice. They're
Buffalo.
gonna take
No, I
care.
just told you how the other math can work out. If you
Yeah,
lose
but Buffalo's
both
not
games
just
to
going to drop
Buffalo,
all their other games.
if we
but
tie,
if they can
tied
go
it with
upside
records,
down and
yes,
they
then-
go 500, we can.
Well, actually, let me look at their schedule. I'm looking at our schedule, and we got our home games.
I'm just
are
saying
abysmal,
we know it won't happen because of the construction of the team. Just saying, in other divisions that have been happening before.
Let's see this. Let's see who the Bills are playing in 2025.
Where
The
you
thing
can win
is-
every division
The
game
thing is, the Miami Dolphins
and
have
you
to do
freaking
something. The
still
Miami
be under
Dolphins have to.
500 because you lost all the other games.
Yeah. The thing
But
is,
yeah,
the
we would
Miami
have to hope
Dolphins
that
have to
Buffalo
do.
lose other games.
Go ahead, Crypto. My bad, brother.
But the other thing can happen where you could be good in your division. Two teams could be still good in the division. You lose because they won one more game than you. That happened literally in the North with the Vikings and freaking Minnesota Vikings and the Lions. They've only separated by one game, but both teams won 14 or more games.
Yeah, so I
So it
guess
still doesn't matter.
the Bills do have to play the Chiefs and the Eagles this year.
There you go. Okay.
They could
Potential
drop both
losses.
those. But
Well, they
then
don't
they
always
have,
play a first place schedule. They played them.
yeah.
They play them almost all the time. They play the first place
Actually,
game, so it don't
I
matter.
don't think. Just to be clear, I'm not banking on the Chiefs beating the Bills at all, because the reality is, it seems like every year the Bills somehow get one up on the Chiefs during the regular season.
During the
They
regular
do it
season.
every year.
So, yeah.
So
Right,
the
Ali.
Eagles will beat the
Right.
crap out of
And
them,
then-
but
And
I
then
don't.
they lose them in the playoffs, right? Then they
Yeah.
end up losing to them in the playoffs, right?
Yes. So don't bank
They
on that
always-
at all. Go ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. The Bills always find a way to beat them in the regular season. Yep.
It's weird that the Bills do that. They find a win. The game you think they're going to lose, they somehow win during the regular season. It's the games that you don't expect them to lose is the one they lose. It's so weird.
Well, if we're going by the history of
Yeah,
the last
that's
5
accurate.
years, we need more than 11 wins to win the division. If we're going by win
Yeah,
count.
you cannot do it by a 10 game season. You have to
I'm
win.
saying they can win 12 this season.
I don't see it though. Looking at our schedule, like I see.
So how if we can't get 12 wins, then we're not going to win the division.
Right.
Well,
why you have to aim
that's
for
the thing.
playoffs. You can't
That's
aim for the division when you need 12 wins, and it's almost impossible to win 12.
that's the thing.
If we
You're
don't
battling
win,
with
if
the
we don't win
coach just to
12
make the
games, we're
playoffs.
not going to win the division.
To win the division
Right,
against
you have to
Buffalo,
beat
you're
one
gonna
of the 7 teams.
have to win about 11 to 12 games
Yeah,
potentially.
12
I'm
minimum.
fascinated
need
by
to win
Tonk's
12.
prediction of 12 wins here. So I want to see going game by game. Tonk at Atlanta. You think we win that?
Oh hell yeah, we do.
We'll win Atlanta.
At Buffalo.
No.
We
No.
have to beat
We're probably
Buffalo.
going to lose the first 9 games.
So
of the
let me
season.
pick Buffalo again. Let me go through the other teams, and then I'll come back to Buffalo. I'll take it
Barfalo,
like
yeah,
the
Barfalo.
SAT
Okay.
test.
That's the name, Barfalo.
Okay,
It's
at
Barfalo.
Carolina.
Buffalo, yeah, that's what Pam said.
We're winning Carolina.
Okay.
We win Carolina.
Hold on, let me pump the brakes here right quick. I see what y'all doing. Every year I have to do this. Is this like 5 years in a row? And it's always every single year.
Hold on, we didn't get to finish
No,
though. What do you mean?
I know we didn't, because I know just by you saying automatically chalking up automatic wins.
I want to
That
hear
isn't the way it
Crypto's
happened.
point, but I'm going to continue
Because-
anyway.
So what?
Because the point I always make, and it's almost guaranteed written in stone,
What?
every team that's well below 500, every year I have to pick us losing against that team, and it happens like clockwork. It will happen. It's going to happen. We will lose to a team that's so far below 500 that we had no business losing to. It's guaranteed.
Yeah,
You might as well get
Crypto,
it out
That's
ahead of
going to
it.
show us
Pick
that we're
one of
not
those
going to make it
teams,
to the
and it's going to
playoffs.
be that. And it's going to be that
Well,
team.
hold on, Crypto.
It happened every year since the 0-6 Jacksonville Jaguars when we got our ass kicked in London. And I told y'all that was going to be the game that we're going to lose. And it happened every year like clockwork.
If you remember when we did my episode of Broken Takes where I broke down the entire season and we went through each team trying to say who would we win, who would we lose? What was the team that I said we would lose against? Everyone thought I was crazy. The Colts. What happened? We lost to the Colts.
You said the Colts. I was banking on the Titans, and I
told everybody we were going to lose against the Colts. Everyone thought I was crazy.
Yeah, you did.
And
You
look
did
what
say that was
happened.
gonna be
We
our
lost
first
against the Colts.
So we go there again, Ollie. Is
and
that
I
going to
said
happen again?
And I said the Titans. That was the game I isolated.
I
That was the game I was honing in on. I said if we go 16-1, that one loss will guarantee come against the Titans. And we lost like clockwork.
I will tell you this, Joe Rist. I'll tell you this. The Colts got better in this draft. And if they're healthy,
playing them again,
and we're playing them again, if we're playing them again, and we're I believe this time where are we playing them at?
It's in Indianapolis. It's in Indianapolis.
We're probably gonna drop that game too.
Okay.
Yeah, they did get better this year. They did. They got a heck of a wide receiver for now.
But it's still that last time they did or didn't have Anthony Richardson.
They had Anthony Richardson.
They beat us with Flacco. Oh, there was Richardson that game.
Yeah,
Shake,
they beat us with Anthony Richardson.
Didn't you? Shake, you went to that game?
Yeah,
right.
Richardson.
And I don't know if they had Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, he was still hurt, right?
I don't remember. Let me go check. I'm gonna check if he played or not. Let me check.
Yeah, it was Richardson versus Huntley.
Snoop. That was Snoop's first game. Yeah, that was.
I want to hear how Tonk gets us to 12 wins, though.
All right, yeah, let's go.
Tonk at Cleveland.
Because no, he's not going to pick up any of those crappy games. I was just trying to get him out ahead of it, Joe Risk, because it's almost a rite of passage.
Yeah, we're
To
winning.
a bad
we're
team.
winning. Yeah, we'll beat Cleveland.
Okay, so that's. I mean, you're saying so far 3-0.
Delusional stuff right here.
At Indy.
Yeah,
we have to beat them.
That's 4-0 right
y'all
there.
are going to be so surprised. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to, so y'all won't be disappointed.
I ain't gonna be disappointed, dude. I don't get disappointed, man. I don't have a comfort zone. I get disappointed. The last time I was disappointed, I was in middle school.
But go ahead, let him finish.
Tonk, home against Baltimore.
We're losing that game.
Ooh.
Okay, so that's 4-1. Home against in Spain against Cincinnati.
Fucking A.
Jason Sanders field goal.
We won the last time we were out on the road. So yeah, we'll win that one.
Did we? You mean
no? We did not. We lost to the Bengals.
In Brazil we won.
No, we never.
We didn't play in Brazil.
Where did we play last time international?
Germany, and we lost to the
We
Chiefs.
lost that
Oh,
game.
we lost to that game?
Yeah.
But hold on, we played in Brazil at the beginning of the season.
That
No,
wasn't.
that was
We
the
haven't won an
Eagles and the
international
Packers.
game in almost a whole decade.
That was the Eagles versus Packers.
Damn, the weed is good in Seattle, boy.
I need to
It's
get.
gotta
I
be.
need,
Yeah, it's very good.
So
But
Tonk,
why- but hold on a
Cincinnati
second,
and Spain. Then it's in
Tonk,
November.
the last
most
time we
likely.
Right,
played
Jake, it is
international,
stuff
we
out
lost.
there.
We lost
Might need
to.
The
Chiefs.
We,
Kansas City.
we lost
But
to
wasn't
Chiefs
there-
and we
the
lost to
Dolphins weren't in-
Jaguars.
The Dolphins weren't in Brazil.
We haven't won an international
No,
game in almost a
Tonk,
decade.
that was the Eagles
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
Packers.
And we never been in Brazil either.
Remember, we
Yeah.
fired Philbin
That's-
on the plane ride back. If you guys
On the
remember,
plane way back.
Alright,
So yeah,
so-
it's been over 10 years since
Joe
we won
Philbin.
an international
Joe
game.
Philbin, oh my God. Talk about the cabal. That motherfucker.
We don't do good in the other overseas in other
Fuck,
countries.
Joe Philbin.
do we
We
beat
might
the
have to go to
Doc-
Japan.
He looked like a
Let's
fucking
continue.
oncologist
Yeah, Tom.
out there. He looked
Tom.
like a
Matter of fact,
fucking
we're going to win
oncologist.
our first game in North Korea. That's when we're going to break the streak. in
North Korea.
That's when we're going to win our
Tom.
next playoff game on the road.
It's gonna be on tape delay because they don't have internet there.
That's
Tom,
when
do we
gonna
beat?
win.
Do we beat the Saints?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 5-1. What about the Bengals? You never said if we win or lose that.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna win it.
Okay, so that's 6-1. The Bucks at home.
We're gonna lose.
Okay, that's 6-2. The Chargers at home.
Oh, we're gonna win that
We're
game.
gonna lose to the Chargers.
Okay, that's 6-3. The Commanders at home.
That one's tough. We're gonna lose.
You think we're gonna lose that?
Yeah.
So that we're 6-4. So then you got at Pittsburgh.
Ooh.
That's an L.
We're gonna win. We're gonna win that one.
That's a
Bullshit.
December. That would be
I'm
on
sorry.
Christmas
Yeah,
Day.
because they're
Okay.
kind of
So-
on a rebuild.
So you got
How are they on a
7-4.
rebuild?
Rebuild. They're not
They,
rebuilding.
they,
They a
the
playoff
quarterback
team.
that they had last season is not their quarterback for this season.
Don't matter.
Just because
They
you're
didn't.
the
Listen,
quarterback.
they were able to make a playoff
have a
without
quarterback
a
last year.
quarterback. Do you understand that?
Look, I'm just saying. Okay. Now
Pittsburgh
I'm
is
not
always the exception to the rule. They don't need a quarterback to win.
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
what's
Mike
crazy.
Tomlin is fucking amazing, man. Fuck.
Okay. So Tonk, you have us going 7-4 outside of the division. What do you have us going inside the division?
We're gonna beat the Jets, and we're gonna beat the Patriots all 4 games.
Sweep both of them. Okay.
Yeah.
So then that puts us to 11-4 with 2 more games. But Buffalo, how do you have that split or sweep? And which way?
Split. Like I said, 12.
But
That's,
here's the thing.
That's
Joe,
11. That's 12-5. That's
Boom.
very optimistic.
Yeah,
Here's-
I know.
here's,
But that's why I'm saying we're going to that's why I'm saying we can make the playoffs. I'm not saying we can win a division. That's what I mean.
What Ace? What were you gonna say?
but here's the thing. If you want to win the division, like, you got to sweep the Bills.
I know
You got-
that's what. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And
Well,
and
If we
and
split with the Bills,
There's no
there's
way
still a good
because
chance
if
to go
we
in 12
don't
wins.
beat them both games, they're gonna find a way to win, and they're gonna beat the Jets and the Pats.
So,
So
can-
they're gonna
this is-
come out. There's gonna be
This
a
is
game.
where your theory falls apart.
because we're gonna
No, this
lose
is
to
where
the Ravens,
This is where your
What?
theory
and they're
falls
gonna
apart
beat the Ravens.
because
And
the Bills.
that's gonna be the game.
This is the problem because this is where your theory falls apart because the Bills always mostly split with the Jets anyways, and they still win the division
yeah, and here's the other.
because
Here's
they
the other
always
part.
sweeping us.
Hello?
This is also where the theory falls apart as well. Everybody wants to talk about the Bills. We know what the Bills are. They do it every year. We know what to expect, right? The team that you guys need to worry about, everybody thinks we're going to sweep them. I'm sorry. Vrabel is a good coach. They have a quarterback. They have Stephon Diggs. They just drafted
Right.
another
Yeah, exactly.
receiver,
They
right?
are better.
They have one
Yeah.
hell of a running back, and their offensive line is built. And I'm telling you straight up, that defense is better based on who's their coach. That their coach is now, and that team is coming to win. I'm predicting a split with New England. You heard it from me.
I don't know. Vrabel's
I'm
last
picking-
two
I'm
seasons
picking
were
the
7 and
split
10
too,
and
yeah.
6 and
Yo,
11.
sorry about that, y'all. I don't know what happened. But
Who was
yeah.
6 and 10? Wait a minute. What'd you say, Joe?
Vrabel's last two seasons with Tennessee were 7 and 10 and 6 and 11, and he
6
had
and
Derrick
11, yeah.
Henry the entire time he was there. So, well, I
Two
think
times
I'm
he
not sure if
didn't
it was the
play
entire
against
time,
us.
but most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they also traded AJ
Wednesday,
Brown
they didn't play.
away in that last season he was there. They traded like some other players that he had
Yeah, I
away.
think Derek did get hurt one year because he didn't
Yeah,
play
and
against
I-
us in one year.
And I think his last season, like some of his main defenders got hurt too. I want to say.
Yeah, it was.
So look, Vrabel is still a good coach, and I just think that
he does
overall
play us
that
real
Patriot
well.
team is going to be a much better improved Patriot team than we have faced in the past. And it's not going to be a walk in the park. I'm sorry, it's not going to be. So
I think
that's
that
where I'm
Pat
at
team
with
is better, roster-wise, is better than his Titan team that we faced, which is crazy.
Okay.
When he beat us with that Titan team.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
Patriots are gonna sweep
with a
the
less
Jills.
roster.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
And don't
Patriots probably
forget-
could sweep the Jets. They might win
And-
8 or 9 games.
No, the Jills, the Buffalo Jills.
Oh, the Jills.
Jills. Oh, they said the Jets.
Hey, Shake, where's the Jills from?
Buffalo.
Oh, Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Oh,
Buffalo.
They from Buffalo.
The
Hey, we don't have an
Buffalo-
away
the-
game outside of our time zone. They're
The
all East
Buffalo
Coast.
Michael K's.
Yeah, the away games are all in the Eastern time, so we're not flying down the West Coast. We're not flying in the Central.
No
either.
more West Coast. Not even the
Unless-
Chargers,
unless we
right? They're
play-
coming. They're coming
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
for once.
Home
Right.
schedule is brutal, but the away is actually pretty easy.
That's crazy.
I say they fair because given that we've only won 8 games, we are in the same ballpark as a lot of these teams now. That's what makes the schedule harder.
and don't
Like the South, some of those teams that won 7 or 8 games are in the same ballpark. That we are, like the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Falcons. I think the Falcons were like 1 game from the playoff last year.
yeah, they were. Yeah.
So yeah, they're right in the middle of the pack. So that's what makes them crapshoot type games.
Yeah, on
Falcons don't
paper.
do well in crapshoot type games. That makes me nervous. That's the problem. Crapshoot type games.
The Falcons could nosedive if that QB is not good, though.
No, Penix has been playing well. He's been playing good in place of Cousins. That's the problem.
I still think Tampa's got that division.
And Bryce Young has been playing well at the end of the season. They've been playing well against Philly. They played well against the Chiefs. I mean, they played a lot of games that they should have won. They did good in the draft. I don't know, man. This playing
Yeah,
that
Saints
South
got
is
a
scary to
QB?
me.
Now we
Yeah.
gotta see how the
They
schedule falls, though.
they picked up what's his name in the draft in the 4th round. They picked up one. They did.
Now we got
Derek Carr. I don't know if he'd be back in time, but Kamara and Olave still wide receivers.
see how the schedule falls, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
May
see.
That's
On the
crazy.
14th, May 14th. But anyway, any
May
final
14th.
thoughts, man? We about to
We
wrap this
did.
up, man. We a nice little 3-hour drive right now between YouTube.
Yeah. My final thought is
Between you, hold on, real quick. Between YouTube and Twitter, we have 98 people in Insomnia.
nice.
Oh, Twitter.
four-
Yeah, we got a Twitter audience.
We
Shake.
got
I didn't
85.
see.
Yeah,
I
we got
can't see
85
who's on
people
Twitter.
watching on Twitter.
We
Damn.
had 400 people earlier today.
85
Mhm.
on Twitter.
It was
That's
actually
good.
almost
They have
500 people. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. That's big, man.
That's cool. That's cool. That's
Hey, we
good,
love
man. We
y'all.
got
This is
500 people on Twitter. That's good.
hey, like this show has motivated me to be on this show more because like we really get into it, you know, and I've
Hey,
learned a lot. Like I forget players' names and shit because I just don't pay super attention. I just can't.
Just
But
mm.
y'all
hey,
teach me a lot.
hey, just remember who's your number one fan here.
Yeah.
Insomnia,
Well,
insomnia.
he had to take your place, Shake, when you jumped on the show was with us. So
Hey,
like,
we all got a trip going to Skidmark Stadium too. So
Yeah,
we noticed the official name of the Bills stadium.
Skidmark Stadium in
Yeah,
Buffalo.
Is that what
in
the streets
Buffalo.
on the Buffalo are? Skid marks?
Hey, don't
Yes.
forget they got manure next to the stadium. Don't forget about that.
What'd you call them? The Buffalo. What'd you call it earlier? The
Buffalo,
Buffalo.
Buffalo,
Oh,
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
The Buffalo Michael
Jills.
K's.
Jills. Don't
The
forget about
Buffalo
Jills.
Michael. Yeah, but it's the Michael K's.
that.
Yeah, they're the Jills, the
And then
Buffalo
we got some
Jills.
people who think it's like racist that it's the Michael K's.
Michael K's?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
No, they got it. They make ovens out of cardboard boxes out there, so they got to get real creative.
The jealousy is hysterical. What are we jealous of? What are we jealous of?
Hey,
That
Michael
know,
K, you
cardboard
like
boxes.
visiting
show
us?
that he's allowed to be on. That's what we're jealous of.
That we don't live in Buffalo? Oh my God, I want to live in Buffalo
I
for all the
know.
tea in China.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I would rather move to North Korea instead of
You know what?
shopping in North Korea.
I'll tell you what. The only thing I'm jealous
I'm
of
telling you.
is Buffalo is close to Niagara Falls, and Niagara Falls is the
Hell
only
yeah.
thing. And Niagara Falls is the only thing that has Nikola Tesla's name
That's
on
it.
a
Yeah, it does.
And remember this. Listen. Remember this.
It does. I've seen that.
Yes,
The
Buffalo
Nikola
has
That's
Tesla.
the
5
only
division.
thing, dude, with his name on it.
And listen, Buffalo has 5
Yeah,
division
it's that little
titles in
plaque
the
out
last
there.
5 years, right? But we have the same amount of Super Bowl appearances.
It's because he sold all his patents and shit. He didn't care about
Yeah.
none of that. He wanted
They
to
didn't
just
care.
give out the technology. So like everything was stolen from him, and
Stolen
those
from him,
turbines were the
basically.
only things that like he actually kept that actually stayed in his name.
Yeah, so they put his name on the plaque out there. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
salute to Buffalo, the city of Buffalo, man.
Yo, ain't nobody jealous of Buffalo. Ugh.
I know.
I think the only thing I'm
freaking-
jealous of Buffalo is that they got Niagara Falls, and then you could go to Canada, right
Everything's
there, to,
rusty out
like
there.
Toronto.
Dude,
Who the
I
hell
be
wants to
going
go
to
to
Canada
Canada?
all
It's not
the
a thing to
time.
be
Oh,
jealous of.
Speaking of Michelle K, I think I have an exclusive photo
Michelle
of
K.
the picture.
Okay, let me see the exclusive
So
photo.
supposedly Michelle K has shaved his beard or her beard.
Ah!
Oh shit!
That's
What's her
Hey,
name?
that's a good look.
Yeah, Michael K.
Is
That's
that
a good
Throw
look
Mama
for you.
from the Train?
It looks like Bill Belichick.
That's Throw Michael from the Train.
Yeah, officially Michelle
Yeah.
K.
Yeah.
Oh
Man,
man.
Michael K. You have shown a lot of improvement
No, that's
over the years.
that's like the picture
a
where
lot
it
of
says,
improvement.
"I'm gonna show my kids this was who Michael K was. I'm gonna tell my kids this was Michael K." You know how they'll like show like Shaquille O'Neal and be like, "I'll tell
Actually,
my
that photo
kid that
was an upgrade. That's an upgrade over his last week's photo.
What was his last week's photo?
Was that picture from the Goonies?
Yes,
guys got more
Flores,
photos
that's
than
where I
Kid
got that
It
from.
was Mama Fratelli.
It is Mama Fratelli. But if you
I'm
ever
gonna start
see
calling Michael
if
K.
you ever
Mama
see Michael
Fratelli.
K and a photo of Michael K, he has a big beard, and for some reason, I feel that's how he looks when he shaves it. So that's
Yeah, I'm calling him Mama Fratelli from now on.
Listen, when Michael K's on dating websites, he uses El Capitan as his profile picture.
No, he uses the actual catfish. No, he uses the actual catfish on dating apps.
Hey, we gotta come up with a special Michael K logo. How about that?
I know, Michael K. You don't have a
No,
beard
we
because you
do.
shaved it.
We do. Just play a game of Hangman.
Nah,
Wait a minute.
you
Raphael
can't do
said he
that to him.
remember her at a bar. Damn.
You can't do that to him.
Oh man.
Said he remember her at a bar.
Hey man, listen, he should
crazy.
feel special. We allocated 5 minutes to him. So
No, it's no.
Yes.
We love all the support. It's all support. That's what it is. So we love it.
Absolutely.
That's a good dude,
but we're
man.
not jealous of Buffalo. Ugh, not my
I
own.
have
Hell no. Only because Nikola Tesla was there. That's it.
Hey, Shake, real quick. I also have a photo of a recent one of Michelle K when he found out that that El Cap has a new look.
No,
There's Michelle K.
He found out that El Cap lost a bet and he had to put on that shirt.
I want to know how Michelle K or Michael K, whatever he goes by or identifies as, how he what bet he had to lose to wear the shirt that
By the way,
he's wearing in this photo.
actually, that's Michael K's face when they lost to the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Damn.
Ooh. Every season. Every season. It's either them or the Bengals.
All right, so.
Oh my God, Raphael Cartwright! Holy shit!
Hey, Shake, can I say something?
Yeah, what are final thoughts, man? Before we wrap this up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh man.
All right, my final thoughts. Mad love to you and the TFTG community, to the Dolphin Spaces, and
Thank you.
Ali, Shay, Crypto, Tonic. I've been hearing you for a little while. Joe Riz, I heard you today, man. You are you know your stuff, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Much respect, much love, man. The Dolphins had for my grade for the Dolphins draft, I'll give them a B plus. And here's why I say that. And Ali. I can't forget about Ali. Ali.
What's up?
The Dolphins got a B plus on my skill book because they potentially added pieces to the offensive line and the D line. They also had a running back as well. I got to look into that. Oli Gordon. I got to do some research. So the Dolphins are, we'll see. We'll see. Things potentially could pan out or they don't, but I feel good about this draft. I haven't been feeling good about a draft since a long time. So yeah, man. Shake, Ali, Joe, Tonic, Man of the Future, Crypto. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Man of the hour, not man of the future.
Yeah.
Oh, Man of the Hour. My bad.
Have a good one. It's nice talking to you, man.
Yeah, man. Great YouTube show, man. And we'll see what we do. And potentially add a couple of other pieces to the puzzle, man. So, love you guys and take care.
All right.
All right. Appreciate it, man.
Any other final thoughts before Joe Riss? You have anything to say?
No, I mean, we're getting ready for the long haul here until August, so hopefully we've got some good topics to come up with until then.
Oh yeah.
But, good draft.
Yeah, it was definitely a good draft. I agree. I
Actually, I got
But
a good.
I do have a final thought. I do have a final thought, real quick, Shake. And I just want to make this comment to Raphael Courtright. We're not going to Disneyland or Concussion Disneyland. We're going to Legoland because we're still building.
Ooh,
Yeah.
mic drop. Mic drop.
Man, we're going to Candyland with this team.
Yeah,
It feels
baby.
that way,
Candyland,
yeah.
that's another one. Yeah, that's another one.
We're stuck
Candyland.
in Marshmallow. What's that? Marshmallow?
Stay Puft Marshmallow Ghost.
Molasses or something.
No,
Candyland?
wasn't
The
there
Game
like on
Boys?
Candyland, a thing stuck in Marshmallow?
Yeah,
No,
that's
Candyman. You say Candyman 3 times in the mirror, he will appear.
Don't do that. Come on, man. Crypto,
Yes.
I'm about to go to sleep, bro. What are you doing?
With the
Hey, Danielle,
molasses
you
swamp.
good? I
Is
think
he
he
still,
slept.
is he still here with us? Yeah, he's probably asleep. He passed out.
Who passed
He
out?
pulled the Alex. That's what Alex did. He
Man of,
fell asleep on the
Man of
stream.
the hour. Man of the hour probably fell asleep. He was probably
Man of
watching
the future.
Cowboys draft again.
Yeah. Alex
All right,
fell
y'all.
asleep on the stream. He was snoring.
Yeah, at least he's not snoring. And salute
Yeah.
to the new.
Yeah, Mama Fratelli.
Oh, that's Michelle
I'm
K.
gonna tell you. There you go.
Okay.
That's the new show.
Good night, y'all.
Peace out.
Good night,
Later.
everybody.